just replaced it with the flame tongue rapier that was
Okie dokie.
in my room.
No problem.
So I now have the flame tongue rapier and the snakebite scimitar.
And of course, none of my shit's working. Hey guys, we're here, but I've just got to do the cameras. I forgot to do it while we were getting shit organized because I'm slack as hell. But it won't take me long to sort this out. I mean, all the cameras are there. They're not in the right place. That's all. That was a naughty. We got a Yanti. She's in the right place. Sadiq. So Sadiq is not in his camera.
Where'd that mute go? Oh, there.
Yeah, build up this fence a little bit. And of course, Mr. Trash Man. There he is. We're talking over some things, and I didn't do this earlier, but should be good.
It sounds like he's excited.
I do.
Bring this audio up a little bit. Hopefully you guys in the chat can see the audio. So where's Sadiq? Sadiq, where are you? You're not at your computer. But anyway, welcome to Sunday night Paradigm One Shot. We're calling it the Cairn One Shot, but it is set 10 years after the events of the end of Paradigm 1's campaign. So those of you in the chat that were around for our original campaign 1, at the end of that campaign, the Lions of Valonde, these fine folk here, had defeated Kosuss the Insane and thwarted Asmodeus's plans to basically drag Paradigm and the material plane into the Nine Hells. Since then, obviously, 10 years has passed. Ildri was named Queen of Paradigm. Het and Ildri eventually married. They've had several children in this 10 years. Everyone was given an opportunity to do something outside of what they normally did. Sadiq had become the Lord Commander of the Dragonscale Militia, Namaris the Captain of the City Guard, and Alessandros became the leader of a spy network working directly to under the Queen and reporting directly to her, sniffing out plots against the royalty and against the good people of Paradigm. So with that, we shall get into our story tonight. So there's a one shot. I want to run it solely as a one shot, so we should be finished by about 10:30, hopefully, with any luck. But our story starts at the Bard's College of Valonde, this wonderful building here on the map, where it's a warm summer's morning in Paradigm. The realm has seen much change over the last few years since the fall of Kosuss and the start of new sovereignty. Queen Ildri has been fair and just ruler, making many changes to the existing laws that were in part of the city of Valonde and has now included the entirety of Paradigm. Necromancy is being outlawed across Paradigm's greater population. Resurrection only being used in the most important of circumstances, but as a general rule, mostly not. But it does happen from time to time. The people have enjoyed peace mostly, the occasional attack from marauding orcs and occasional demon breaking through the veil and attacking a village here and there. Nothing overly sort of fraught with major danger. So nothing really of note has happened over the last 10 years. Until recently, however. That was until we join Het, the White Dragonborn, sitting at his desk in the Bard's College office, poring over some notes and tomes and books. He's intent in his work, very focused. He then stops, focusing on one page of a dusty old tome And these tomes he's collected over many years of research. You can see him moving, sort of his eyes backwards and forwards over this page, and then a look of concern comes over his face and brow. He rifles through these ancient texts once more and then stops again on another page. Brow furrows once again, and then he sits bolt upright. A look of almost, not horror, but deep concern on his face. He reads script on this page and believes he has found a possible location to a very powerful and dangerous artifact. An artifact by the name of the Drum of Despair. Bound in human skin, its beat is made from human thigh bones. It is rumored this particular drum has the ability for the user to raise the dead, or all dead, within a very large area of effect. This artifact falling into the wrong hands will be very dangerous indeed. He reads further on and reads an excerpt which reads as thus. Beneath the mountains an abandoned village lies. Death's shape in stone will show the way. Pace west, times 10 the letter of the master city. Then north, counting the summer moons. Dawn's first light will show the way. He stands up, collects his papers, takes the tome with him, and heads out of the Bard's College, heading into town. Not looking up as he walks, heading directly towards the barracks, where he knows he will find an old friend, one that he is almost certain would be more than willing to accompany him on this adventure. We now join it as you enter the front gates of the city barracks and start heading. You're not stopped. People, the guards here definitely know who you are. You are obviously married to the sovereign queen, ruler of Paradigm. This affords you quite a number of royal privileges, as it were.
Hello, Guard 1. Hello, Guard 2. Guard 3, yeah, it's still that game of cards. Namaris, which way is she?
Through the office, sir. This way. And one of the more sort of less young-looking guards, there seems to be a few younger guard these days, but he leads you through Namaris's office. He knocks on the door and then opens it. Captain, His Highness here to see you, and shows you in and closes the door behind you as you enter the office.
Thank you, Guard 422. Man, how's it going, Namaris?
It's been going all right, thanks. How's it going, Het?
It's good. It's getting hard to remember those guard names. So many numbers.
There are just too many of them. You know, even I have problems sometimes.
Yeah, they all look the same to me. So
that one was Bob, but that's okay.
Bob. Well, I was close. I remember his number. Nonetheless, I have found this information on something called the Drums of Despair. It's a dastardly item that can raise the dead. I shall go into more detail when we find the rest of, the Lions of Valonde, shall we say.
Oh, is it one of those things? Do I need to bring anybody else with me, or should I just grab my gear?
I think grab your gear, and maybe we should find Sadiq and Ali and Yildri. I just think this is something that needs our attention now, before it gets out of hand. Rather late,
just walk over to the cabinet, open it, grab out my pack, throw it on my back, and let's go.
That was quick. Good, you're always armed. You're not going to put on a jacket. It's freezing cold where we have to go.
I've got my cloak. I'll be right.
Yeah, it's beneath the mountains, just so you're aware.
I'll put on my fur boots then.
Yeah, good plan. I mean, walking around in that sort of boob covering top and like barbarian undies is not the best. Oh, it's okay for me.
I look head up and down, and I'm like, wuss. It's all good. I'll be fine. Bloody dragonborns don't know what you're like.
Follow me, and I'll look on my list to see who's next on the way.
You decide that maybe you might head out to the Dragon Scale Militia, the keep that has gone from a basic wooden fort in the time that you fought Kosuss to now a very large, majestic stone keep that now holds between 10 and 15,000 soldiers. You know that your old friend Sadiq is the Lord Commander of the militia, and is more than likely either at the keep, or at least someone there would know where he is. So you head out. Namaris joins you. The guards bid their farewells to their captain as you leave the barracks and start heading towards the western gate of Valonde. You make your way back through the city streets, back through the town square. As you turn and head back towards the Great Orb District, heading towards the western gate of the city, both of you spy a well-armored, relatively tall half-orc individual striding, not with ultimate purpose, but it actually looks like he might be a little down. His head's not as held high as he would normally be, but you spy Sadiq coming in your general direction. Sadiq, you also notice Het stands out, definitely, and Namaris with her city captain's cloak as well probably stands out quite distinctively as you approach them in the street.
Hello, Sadiq. Over here, it's us.
Het. Hi. God, I'm bored.
Bored, eh?
Bored. Okay. Back in the day, it was just the six of us going around killing shit all the time. It was marvelous. Now I can't go anywhere without 30,000 people with me. It's just fucking boring. And I never get to go on the front lines anymore. This sucks. I thought I'd be having fun as the...
Yeah.
Although Yudri's probably got it worse than me.
Sometimes I think she enjoys some of her job, and she enjoys the kids. Nonetheless, and I'll look at Namaris, we're here to brighten your day.
Oh, please tell me I'm
Slightly.
going to get to kill some shit.
Well, if we have it right, we're going to pretty much, the whole Great Orb District we're going to take everyone out. We've had enough of them.
Oh, okay, cool. Wait a minute, Great Orb, what are they?
That's where we are now, sort of.
Huh?
Roundabout.
What? Someone
Kill
walking
everyone
past
here.
sort of looks.
You what now? What are
No,
we doing?
just kidding. I want to explain to everyone, but basically there's some bad drums we need to find before they get into the wrong hands. Could be a bit of a dungeon crawl for us yeah.
It's not going to be like that time that, what was the place of dread or whatever, and
Oh,
that
and
chick
Namaris
that
lost their clothes.
no, it wasn't Namaris, wasn't it? The other one that went
I
after,
never lost my clothes.
Oh,
went
that's right.
after-
It was the elven girl.
yeah, that went after Alessandros with a hammer. And it was God, that was a stupid move. But oh well.
Wonder if her corpse is still at the bottom of the mountains.
Don't know.
Nonetheless, adventure. What do you say?
Yeah, I'll just have to duck all my aids first. You got a mass command spell that you could, just push all these bastards away so that I can actually go have some peace and quiet by myself.
As you look past Sadiq, you do notice a couple of again armored individuals, but these guys, you're a seasoned adventurer. I mean, you've all seen combat. These particular half-elven gentlemen and their armor, this armor's never seen combat. I mean, these guys are probably more ceremonial than anything else, and they seem to be following Sadiq.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can.
Man, you're like even higher level than me. Can't you just order them to go the hell away?
That's probably true, actually. And
Give it a shot. Come on.
Hit.
For your old buddy. Come on.
Hit looks at the guards and he goes, "By the decree of the husband of your queen, That's me. I'm Hit. And your queen is Yudri. I say, leave Sadiq in my hands now or suffer the wrath of gods.
They look at you. They look at each other. You can see one of them's trying not to laugh so hard. He's got a very sort of real tight-lipped smirk coming across his face. And they both hand to chest and give a slight bow and about face and head back towards the keep. You get the impression that they didn't really... I mean, they did it because obviously it was you giving the order, but the whole spiel probably wasn't needed.
Just did it for Sadiq's purpose.
So with that, Sadiq joining your now trio, you head back towards the Crystal Keep, where you know your wife is probably either dealing with the kids or dealing with some royal business, as it is probably that time of the day where she would be in the throne room, maybe dealing with a criminal or three, passing her judgment or whatever it is happening this day. But
That's a point. Have we passed any children on the way?
Probably. There would be. I mean, there'd be people in the streets and children.
Oh, I meant any of ours.
No, you have not seen any of your children at this point.
Okay.
You head back past the Bard's College, heading towards the south of the city, past the arena, and to the large walled keep within the city, which has been named the Crystal Keep, which is where Ildri resides, as does yourself and your children. You have a number of elite guard that are also housed there, that are your protectors and some of them confidants as well. The guard on the gate obviously recognize you as you're heading it. They both stand to and open the gates as you enter. You approach the main doors. The doors are opened for you as you approach. Another set of guards on the door open the doors and allow you into the main hall, which is like basically it's a very wide but long hall leading to a double staircase going up to the second and third floor of this large keep. Several rooms off to either side, and you knowing where the throne room is, you head directly there.
Follow me.
As you reach the doors of the throne room, two guards, again, recognizing who you are and the rest of you as well, open the doors without saying a word, standing to attention, doing their job extremely well. And as you walk into the throne room, Ildri is sitting at the throne. To her left, your children are sat playing with what looks like maybe, not kind of hard to tell them, but it looks like they might be playing with some figurines of some sort. One looks like a large red dragon and some other smaller figurines. Looks like they might be almost like they may be reenacting your greatest adventures.
Are all six of them there?
Yes.
Good morning, Merisadris, Jenny, Zoran, Yannick, Nico, Charlotte. What's up? That's what your kids say, right?
To the left of your wife is an unknown figure leaning in, passing her a piece of parchment and whispering to her, and she's listening intently as you approach.
Sadiq, Namaris, don't forget, bow or she'll chew your head off.
Didn't last time I was here. Why would I start now?
That's fair.
Me either.
Also fair. Hit moves forward and does like a deep bow and says, "Milady."
Hello, Heads. How are you?
Excellent. Look who I have brought forth.
Oh, hi.
Fiala, Het's got something for us to do.
Oh yeah, what has he got?
I don't know, but it's not the normal boring shit that we've been dealing with for the last 10 years.
Hell, wait, boring shit? What boring shit? I'm not doing boring shit.
Oh, sorry, stranger.
Ellie, what?
None of you recognize.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
none of
I'm
you
a
would
gentleman.
recognize even the voice either. But all of a sudden, as you sort of look at this person who's just spoken out of turn, her form shifts into a more familiar form.
Allie. Gang Allie.
What?
Gang Allie. Never mind.
Back, Ellie.
You've been around here for too long, Fiona.
I know, I need out, please.
That's harsh.
Wish-
Look at our lovely kids.
I meant out of the castle. It'd be nice. They're sacking the town, see? Over there. And I pointed at the figurines.
Look, they're doing a great job. Just how we did it. Nonetheless, come here, everyone.
No, I think we actually bet Kosuss, not Kosuss beat the town.
Oh, well, stories get, it's 10 years of goblins' whispers.
Het, what have you been teaching your kids?
Yildri teaches them the finer arts of combat. I spend my time with music and spells and
Storytelling, maybe?
and storytelling. That is true.
Where you're the... What is it, Het?
I am
Hero?
always the hero.
There we have it.
We are always the heroes.
Ah, that. Okay.
Come on, Allie. Well, they do know. Look at the blue one there, Nico. Yeah, because you guys can't tell them apart. You always say. Nonetheless, he likes using the Alessandro's figurine. He always runs it straight in a hole and drops it.
Checking for traps.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, yeah.
Yep.
He also tried to set the throne on fire, but, we have a nanny now, so... Haha! All right.
Oh, speaking of which, Yildri. Sorry, my lady. Because you're in the court, the hall. It's proper here. Nonetheless, everyone gather round. I have something. You'll probably need the nanny to take care of the kids for this one.
Then send them away.
So your help comes in, ushers up the children, moves them through a door behind the throne, leaving you with just the guard in the room. There's tables next to the throne and that as well, so you grab your books out, you lay out your bits of papers and book, and go through and explain what you've found.
Okay, so I found this book. Straight away, I didn't think too much of it until I came across this cryptic clue. And then I read more about these drums. So here it is. Sadiq. Sounds like could be lots of monsters, but basically, these drums are called the drums of despair. They can raise...
Single drum.
Okay, it looks like it's just a single drum. Just one drum. But a drum of despair. Sorry, when Bears thinks of drums, he thinks of a whole kit.
I know. I did it too when I first created it, and I made the damn things.
The drum of despair. It's like a tom-tom drum with a big beater, but the stick is made from human thigh bone and skin and gross stuff. And it says here that it is powerful enough to raise multiple dead. And by multiple, I mean all of them.
What is it with you and collecting bones and carrying them around still? It's been 10 years. I don't... Stop.
In this case, Yildri, my dear, I want to collect it to keep it from those who would use it for... If someone was to raise an army of the dead of everything that is... I mean, that's a big army. I don't want to say dead twice in a sentence, but that's a big army of the dead.
This is pretty far away.
We killed a lot of dead already.
That's right, and if this drum comes to pass, they will all come back. Possibly.
Well...
Again?
Yes.
Wait a minute. I don't think you can raise the already raised dead. I think this would be you would raise it. Well, actually, there was a lot of dead bodies after the.
Yeah, and they weren't all raised from the dead.
I think.
Yeah.
We just
Maybe
need
we
to
need to
find
stop
this
this.
thing.
We need to go. We need to probably sort
Like
this out.
now.
Yeah, before
Agreed.
it gets bad.
Do you know
Just like
where
the
it is,
old
or is
days.
it kind of over in that general area?
Oh, yeah, so hang on, here's the map and here's the clues. And I pull out the map and I go, right, so it says, beneath the mountains, an abandoned village lies. Now, I don't think that that's about a village that tells stories. that are wrong. I think it's about a village that has been left alone and is seated in an area. It possibly could be. Possibly, maybe, could be. DM, do I think I know? Maybe could be where this possibly is.
Roll a history check.
History.
History.
Can we all? Can we all
can roll.
history?
Actually, either you roll with advantage, or you can all roll, and we take an average over the group.
I'll help him.
I'd go for assisting.
Assistance is well worth it. Oh crap!
Oh.
I forgot.
Everyone's rolling pretty fucking crap.
Yes.
No, I'm worried about my kids.
Sadiq, however, everyone is sort of like, yeah, no, I got no fucking clue, eh? But Sadiq sort of goes, hang on a minute.
Question. Wait a minute. Is it about undead fiends or?
No, it's about a village.
Right.
But with a 25, anyway,
Good try.
because you were by far the highest one there. As the sort of everyone's sort of going, oh, it might be no, maybe this one, no, maybe that one. You come, a village comes to your mind, a village where you all first met, in fact, way back in the early days before you became the Lions of Valonde. A village by the name of Refield, which is nestled in the foothills of the Falcon Hills Mountains, the north of the city.
Can we rebuild that?
It's not been built on the original site, and you would all know that.
Hmm. Oh, you're right, Sadiq. That makes total sense.
The village of Refield now, which is called New Refield, was built in a different location to the original village.
So,
yeah, and that's like a 2-day travel from here or something.
About 3 days, 3.5 days by foot on foot. On horseback, it'd be half that. So about a day and a half.
Unless Fiala's feeling like stretching her wings again.
Come on, Fiala. Old time's sake.
You would all have horses. You would have access to as many horses as you needed.
I feel like
Your point?
for propriety's sake, probably shouldn't rope the Queen of Valonde. And
We'll just
take
hold on
off.
tight. It's all right.
It probably sends the wrong message, maybe. But just take horses.
Pretty sure
All
we have a
right,
carriage somewhere as
all
well
right,
that we could spare.
All right, spoil sport.
What'd you say?
Wait a minute, Dad.
Nothing, my
What?
queen.
Wasn't there rumors of us actually, trying to gain wogs or something? Some flying mounts?
Warg.
Something?
Warg,
Quiver.
not wog. We're not talking about the Italians
Oh, wargs.
and the Greeks in fucking Australia here. I'm quite sure that the wogs of Aussie would not want you riding them, Sadiq.
I am one of the wogs of Aussie and I really don't care.
You want to be
He likes
ridden.
to be
That's for learn something new every day.
The
Some things you just don't need to know.
wait a minute, wasn't it? I could have sworn there was talk of like an aired infantry or something like that, or did that kind of?
Wyverns? We've got
Horses
wyverns. Have
will
we
be
got
fine.
wyverns?
There had been talk about it, but there has not been a warg or a wyvern in the material plane in over 100 years.
Damn it.
I
Horses
can't
are
remember what
sweet.
that. Well, it was
I
in
bet
one of
this
the
is
many
carriage.
freaking boring lectures that I had to attend.
You probably switched off and just heard the name and didn't really pay much attention to anything else.
Yeah, it's like flying mounts. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do that. Yeah, yeah, okay.
So
hit
that is
carry
our first
on.
clue. So, Chandras, Namaris, Sadiq, and Neildre, my love, shall we, embark on a great adventure one more time?
I think so.
Yes.
Is there going to be traps?
More than likely.
I'm really sick of traps.
It's okay, I
Can
brought
you
my
act-
special friend.
Actually, pick one now.
Well, it'd be good to see if all those books we bought you actually came to, worked.
Yes, for 10 years we've bought you the same trap books. You've got to have read them at least once.
And the updated versions, and every year we got the new model so that you'd stay up to date.
The new book,
Fifth
Trap
edition
Finding
by
for
now.
Dummies.
Allie, I'm sure you know the 5th edition rules of trap finding by now.
So as you all prepare yourselves, all head out to your relative abodes, collect your adventuring gear, change out your more ceremonial armors for more practical armors if you need them, of course. You eventually meet the stables where you have your horses outfitted, saddled, ready to go, and you set off on your adventure. Your travel takes a day and a half, 2 days. No one really bothers you. Most people stop and sort of move to the side of the road and wave as some of them recognize, more so probably Het than the Queen, as she's probably cloaked in some description, but Het's hard to miss, even if he is cloaked. So people do recognize and as they sort of ride past, you hear whispers that's the Lions didn't know they were back together again, kind of thing, as you pass by in your group of 5. Eventually, you find the remnants of the original site of the Redfield village. A few ruined huts and houses now mostly reclaimed by the greenery and the wilderness as 10 years has passed, and it is kind of hard to see where the original village is, but you can find what you do eventually find is the ruins of the original manor home, or the town hall, which is what would have been the largest structure in this place. Yet you pull out your parchment with your scribblings of the information you're given, which will give you the next lot of instructions.
I pull out the parchment as I hop down off my steed. I find a large surface to put it on. I'm like, right. And I drag out Scully and I slam him on the surface and flip him open so the compass bearing shows the way. And on the ride, I would have brought forth Killick from the void in invisible imp form.
No problem.
Anyone else doing anything in preparation before I get into this?
I would have nudged Fiala and said, I thought you hid that on him.
He did. He keeps finding it. The kids keep bringing it out and trying to roll it across the floor, and then it's a work in progress.
So, it says here, okay, beneath the mountains an abandoned village lies, blah, 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 we got that. Death's shape and stone will show the way. That one, I feel that is obvious, Ellie. You got this. Death's shape and stone will show the way.
Damn, what do you want me to do now?
Well, that's the next clue. Death's shape in stone will show the way. Namaris, anything?
Skull and crossbones, maybe?
What's death shaped like?
Well, death comes in many shapes, depending on what you believe, but Namaris, skull and crossbones, maybe we look for that.
So as you spread out, searching for death's shape in stone, I'll get you all to roll an investigation check, please. 29 for Alessandros. Natural 1 for Fiala. We have a 19 from Het. We have an 18 from Sadiq. And Namaris is a 18 as well. So everyone except for Fiala, as you're walking around, Fiala's just a long time since you've been out, probably out of the keep for a bit, and is just fascinated by the overgrown state of this once little village, and maybe has spied a small stand of flowers that she hasn't seen before in Paradigm. Some lilac and yellow flowers, very unusual looking, so they're kind of preoccupied with that. But Alessandros, you're the first to spot it, and then the others shortly after. A rather large set of stones, large boulders, but as you sort of look towards them and move to one side, the boulders sort of line up and form what looks to be almost like a makeshift skull. The smaller rocks on the ground in front look like they would be the teeth, and the shadows falling over the larger rock at the back form the eyes and nose of a skull.
Hey, Het,
Yes, Ellie.
can I have a look at this?
On my way. Oh, man, this armor, I swear it used to be looser.
That's Het's dad bod kicking in.
Okay, Ellie, I'm here. Whew.
Have a look at this selection
Oh.
of stones here.
It looks like, and I hold up Scully. Look at that. It's like someone made a portrait of Scully.
And as the
No,
rest
I
of you
don't
join Het as he exclaims this and holds Scully up in front of him.
I'm
Huh?
looking around for the crossbones now.
No, Namaris, look at Scully. Now the rocks. Now Scully. Now the
Yes,
rocks.
I can see it. It's pretty good. Bloody hell. I
Where'd
reckon
How'd you
that's
do
what we're
that,
looking for.
Het?
Ellie found it. I did not.
Yeah, Ellie found it.
No, really. Well,
I know it's true. Ellie found it, didn't you, Ellie?
Yeah, if you could say that.
She's.
Bunch of rocks.
No, you've solved the riddle. Your death shape in stone will show the way. So I guess we walk into the stones or past the stones in that direction.
No, you remember to read the next
Oh.
line of your your little clue
Oh, I've
there.
got to read the next line. Hang on, parchment out. Pace west. Times 10 the letters of the Master City. Now, got me? Anyone?
okay, so west times 10 the letters of the Master City. Is the Master City Valonde?
Yes, that's our capital.
Or is it Redfield?
And then times 10, however many letters it is, maybe?
Roll insight,
Yes.
Ildry.
Well, my rolls aren't going very well.
I
but-
know. They've not been
Uh,
too good.
Shit. Oh, 19.
That's better. Yes. So with that, you as you sort of would sort of let the words sort of roll over your tongue. Times 10 the letters of the Master City. You think, okay, yep, capital city, Valonde. 7 letters in Valonde, 70 paces west. It sounds right to you.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so Valonde's 7 times 10. Maybe we face west 70 steps. Who has normal steps, though? Sadiq, maybe you?
Yes, it would be normal-ish.
Okay, so I'll do
Ish.
70 steps towards the. Where's the west? You got a compass, don't you? Het?
Yes, hold on. Scully, show us the way. And I move Scully around the normal compass way.
As you do so, you point Sadiq in the right direction, heading west from the stone.
Wait
So-
on.
Yeah.
Wait, Sadiq, wait.
What?
Everyone just step that way a little bit. We can't have anyone else finding this. I face the rocks, DM,
Yes.
and I say, I get out the lute, and I sing a little ditty, and it goes, can you hear the thunder that's breaking in your heart? And I thunder wave the rocks so they scatter and don't look like a skull anymore.
Easily enough done. It won't even make you roll for it. The smaller rocks on the ground, which look like they've been in the ground, sort of half pipe period in the ground as well, but the thunder wave sending out a booming thunderous sound in all directions. But several of these smaller rocks scatter. Even a couple of them break into smaller pieces. And one of the bigger ones cracks down the center and falls away. And as you sort of look at it, it now looks way less like a skull than it did before.
Kind of
Excellent.
Maybe not 100%, but it definitely doesn't look as obvious as it did.
a touch, pat head on the back and say, "It's good to see you still got the touch."
Yeah, but one thing, hold a second. I put my lute back on my back and I undo my belt one notch. That is much better. Whew.
Yeah, I told you should still stay in shape. No, do you, Kelsey? I think Namaris is going to have to become your personal trainer from now on.
Yes, it's possible. Carry on walking your paces.
So Sadiq does so, starts stepping out. Average doesn't like over exaggerate, just an average pace, 70 paces to the west and then stops. Het, you pull out your piece of parchment once again and
Yes, I
read
do.
the next line in your instructions.
69, 70. Wait there, Sadiq, wait there. Says here. Then north, counting to the summer moons. Now I know this one. This one's good. 7 moons of summer. I did some study
So-
with the kids on the moon shifts and things like
So
that.
what? 7 paces this way, or what?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
what I would assume.
Okay, go 7 paces the direction that he points.
Which is due north. And as you take 7 paces due north, you find yourself on the banks of a small stream. You could hear it as you were approaching it anyway, but now you're pretty much right on the bank, and just to your right there's a bit of a clearing.
This looks lovely. We should picnic. Oh, what's the next line?
Okay, so I hope we brought our tents because it says here, dawn's first light will show the way. Unless dawn is a person holding a torch, I think that means dawn morning. What say you, Ali?
Yeah, whatever you say. Yep,
Mildred,
absolutely.
you think I'm right?
Roll insight if you want to, which everyone roll insight to see who can sort of determine whether this is correct or not. We got some good rolls. 2 from Namaris, you don't know shit. Sadiq with a natural 20. Het with a 17. Fiala with a 10. All you needed was a 10, so you did pretty well. 19 from Alessandros. So yeah, so as you guys are sort of discussing this, you all seem pretty well certain that, except for Namaris, who's just sort of, huh? You're pretty certain
Damaris,
that camping
stop
for the
looking for
evening.
those damn mushrooms, will you?
But they're so good, and I haven't had one for a while.
So with this in mind, you get yourselves set up. You take the time to collect some firewood. You set your tents up. Normally there would be 5 tents, but this time, obviously with Ildri and Het being married, there is 4 tents set up.
And our
And
tent is extravagant silks and gold and red and
No, it's really
beautiful
not.
colors. Oh, okay.
it's just a basic tent.
That's just a basic tent.
You
But
get
with
yourself
prestidigitation,
some wood and get a fire going, and you all sit around the fire regaling probably some of the boring shit you've been up to over the last 10 years, with the exception of the occasional adventure that maybe Het's been on his own looking for these artifacts, and Ildri probably talking about some of the criminal cases that have come before her, and maybe even discussing this possible assassination attempt that has been passed on to her by Alessandros by this anonymous tip. As the night draws in, do you wish to establish a watch for the evening, or are you quite comfortable in your skills as adventurers and guard and whatever else that you can take a night's rest without any real concern? You haven't seen anything that would lead you to believe that you were in any immediate danger in your travels here. No bandits, no sign of orcs or large animals. It's up to you.
What kind of guardsman would I be, or city guard would I be, if I didn't want to establish a guard or a watch?
That's up to you.
I'll
Discuss
hang
it
out
with
for...
discuss it with your party.
I'll take third watch, if you want.
Alright, I'll take second. Been a while since I've actually been on watch.
Me too.
So Namaris
I'll
takes
decide it.
first. We will need
I'll
a
take
fourth.
first.
We will need a fourth watch for everyone
I'll
to get a
take
long
fourth.
rest. So Alessandro, you decide to
Sit
take the
with
last.
Mildred on her watch.
Okay, so we're not going to go through any major elaborate RP for the watches. 'Cause I said I want to try and keep this to a one shot. So you set up your watches, you establish yourself. The sun starts to set. Namaris, you sit up, stoke the fire as everyone else sort of beds down for the evening. your watch comes to an end without any major incident, and you settle in. You wake Sadiq up for his watch, and again, Sadiq, your watch goes without major incident. You poke at the fire, hoping something's going to happen, looking around for maybe a wild animal that might decide to ravage the camp, but unfortunately, nothing really happens. You wake Ali for her watch. You wake Sadiq and my God, Yanti and fuck me, Ildri and Het for their watch. Sorry guys, all these names, too many names. You wake Het and Ildri for their third watch, and it's been a day, guys. Come on, give me a break. And again, you guys sit up and maybe discuss the growing children and how they are faring. Business, pleasure, just general chit chat from you both through the evening. Again, nothing really happens on your watch apart from a light rain starts to fall. Clouds sort of roll in, a rain starts to fall. You can hear a distant thunder also. It's sort of off in the distance in the mountains maybe. With that, Alessandros, you're woken for your watch, and you take that watch into the wee small hours, into the early hours of the morning. During your watch, however, Alessandros, the rain starts to get extremely heavy, and thunder gets louder, the rain gets heavier, and as the thunder and lightning starts, I'm going to move Alessandros out into the by the campfire here. Campfire has been put out. The rain has become extremely heavy, so heavy in fact that it's starting to hurt as it hits bare skin, your hands, your face. It's a little bit of a concern as this rain just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. A flash of green lightning strikes a tree across the river, splintering it into 100 pieces. The tree falls and hits the ground.
That's not normal.
You scramble around to try and figure out what to do. I'll get everyone to roll initiative for me, please, as we go into a series of skill checks. So roll initiative from your D&D Beyond sheets. Waiting on the Maris. Right, so Ellie, you get the initiative. So what we're going to do here, guys, is I'm just got to find my bit of where is it? Where is the storm? There it is. So as the rain starts to rip through the tents, all of you now are awakened. Ali probably yelling out to try and wake you guys up, but you didn't hear it over the loudness of the thunder, the flashing of green lightning, and the pouring rain. You are all starting to feel the sharpness of this rain. It is extremely hard, and let's say exposed flesh is being ripped open with this thunderous rain. I need you all to take 4 points of piercing damage. Sorry.
I think that storm's interfering with evil.
You can't hear his voice.
You can't hear me? Why can't you hear me?
I can't hear anything either.
Hello?
Yeah, you're popping in and out.
It's doing the breakup thing again.
Hang on a minute. I'll fix it.
Oh, heard a little bit of that. Oh.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
There we go. Took a little while. I had to redo the mic. So, the rain is extremely hard and piercing. It is cutting through your tents. I need you all to take 4 points of piercing damage as the rain starts to shred your tents. Alessandros, you have your weapons and armor on you as you were on watch, but you still need to collect your gear. Everyone else will need to don your armor, or at least collect your armor. You're not going to have time to put it on. You need to get out of this rain. So we're going to get everyone in initiative. So Alessandros first, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah.
As you attempt to collect, go back to your tent and collect your gear.
I'm happy with that.
24. You make it back to your tent. You start collecting your items and picking it up. You're pretty sure you got most of it. Next up is... We're going to go through the initiative here. Next is Sadiq. As you wake with the sound of the thunderous rain and the lightning, the rain hitting your face and cutting into your skin, you start to collect your gear and items. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well, please. You also pass with flying colours. You're able to collect your armour and your first sort of arm load. You scoop that up. Hit your next dexterity saving throw from you, please, as you collect your armour and belongings. 9, you fail.
Oh, rain. Jeez, what's going
you
on?
are unable to pick up your items as the rain is just so painful. You take another 4 points of piercing damage as you stumble and fall trying to pick up your gear.
This is crazy. Ouch, it hurts.
Fiela, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. 11, you pass. You're able to pick up some of your gear. The rain still beating down on the tent, tearing it to shreds. Nemaris, your turn. 10, you pass. You only have your bag and a few bits and pieces to pick up. You decide not to worry about your bedrolls or your tents. You just grab the gear that you need. With that, back to the top of the round. Alessandros, you grab your gear. You move back out to the tent. You've got an option here. You can start to move towards shelter, which, looking around, you can see off in this distance, just as the sun's starting to breach the night sky, you can see, if you scroll out, you'll be able to see the mouth of a cave.
Yep.
You can see that off in the distance. It's kind of, the vision's not 100% because the rain and the flashing of the lightning is kind of blinding, but you have a choice. Do you start making your way to the cave, or do you aid your friends in collecting their gear?
Aid the friends.
So I need, who are you going to aid first? Which direction you're going to go in? I will give you control over your tokens.
So we got... Oh, there's Het. I'll go aid Het. He looks like he's in a bit of trouble.
As you look around, you see that Het and Fiala are gathering the stuff. Het is sort of toppled over head first into the bedroll and stuff, and you decide you're going to move forward and help him. You head up to him. That's cool. We're going to come back to you in a moment, Het. Sadiq, I need another dexterity saving throw from you to collect the rest of your gear. You do so with ease, scoop up another armful of gear, and you start heading out into this torrential rain. I'll give you the same option as well. Do you just, as you step out of the tent, off to your right, as you look around, you notice this cave. You can see Alessandros looks like he's helping. She's helping Het and Ildri. You see Nemaris, it looks like she's getting her gear. What do you do?
I'm going to actually light up my sword with the radiant one, whatever it was bloody called.
Cool.
I can't remember what it's called.
I'll give you that light.
Because it actually gives me light. And then I'm going to ask, does anyone need help?
You yell out, but unfortunately the torrential rain and thunder drowns out your voice, and no one can really hear you and make out what you say through this torrential rain. It's extremely loud. You get no response.
Yeah, I'll then head over towards Ali and Het and Fiala.
Okay. Next up, Het, you need to make another dexterity saving throw, this time with advantage as you have aid from your friends.
Advantage.
Remember, right-click your D&D Beyond sheets to get advantage and disadvantage. 14, you succeed. You manage to scoop up one lot of your gear. Alessandros and Sadiq managed to scoop up some of the other items as well, and
Keep that loot
Fiala's.
safe.
You guys managed to bundle this stuff together, and you make it outside the tent. You look around. I'd say you're all outside the tent now. I will move you guys for this part. And you now notice, Alessandros, if no one else has noticed, you've said to them, there's a cave over there, we need to get out of this rain, and you all move together, yelling at the top of your lungs. You can only barely sort of hear each other through the rain. Your first lot of movement gets you about there. I need you all to make another dexterity saving throw, please. To see who takes damage and who does not. The DC 10 is what you're looking for.
My first one was a
remember
save, so second one's a save.
Okay, cool. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, Namaris.
Oh, I'll check that one again then.
Remember that. So looks like everybody 20 and hit with a 15. Baylor, everyone passed. You're all good. You managed to avoid taking any more damage. You'll take 4 points of slashing damage this time. You don't take any more than that, however, and you make it to the outside of this cave. You all need to make your last dexterity save as you start to enter the cave, please. Don't see anything under a 10. You guys are all good. This time taking no damage. As you all make it one by one into this cave.
Yoink, that's heavy freaking rain. What happened, Ellie? Did you do a rain dance?
Yeah, Head. I did a rain dance. Oh, by the way, you owe me a 10.
I'm just going to separate you guys here in the grotto. As you enter this small grotto, we'll turn your light off there. Is as you sort of look forward in this grotto, you can see shimmering light coming from inside this cave. The sound of dripping can be heard as you would normally would. The sound of the rain and the thunder almost immediately ceases as you enter sort of 15-20 feet into this cave to get away from the torrential rain that was coming into the mouth of this cave. It's an uncanny feeling to have that sound almost stop. But it is now over to you guys.
As I'm putting on my armor, I'd be sitting there going, that shit wasn't normal, right?
Yeah, no, I saw green lightning.
Certainly didn't feel like normal rain. That doesn't generally hurt that bad.
Wow. Sort of, as you look over each other, as you look over each other, you can see that all of you are suffering from dozens of tiny, almost like paper cuts from where the rain had hit your skin, your face, your hands, wherever else exposed skin was. It's not life-threatening. They're not bleeding overly profusely, but they are painful.
I take it we didn't suffer the effects of a full rest then.
You would have got a full rest.
Oh, we would have.
Yep. This was in the early hours of the morning, just as the sun was starting to come up, and that was when the cave itself had presented itself, because it wasn't there the day before.
Everyone, are you looking wounds-wise? Are we looking good? Does anyone need me to, give them a little healing love?
No.
Just a scratch.
Yeah, we just literally got scratches.
We've had worse, haven't we?
Oh, we have.
We've had a hell of a lot worse, Ellie.
Yeah, true. there was the acid bath. What else?
The multiple spike traps.
Yep. Yeah, we're good.
Sweet. I will cast light on my loot if you guys want me to light the area up.
That would be great, because I can see Jack.
I shall do that.
Who's Jack?
And I reach for my loot and I say, it's just a shot in the dark. And I light up for the head of my loot.
Did that light come on?
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Yep. Yerp.
So as you sort of look towards the into this cave, you can see there is torchlight coming from ahead of you as well as the light from emanating from its loot. It's up to you what you wish to do.
I'm gonna go check that out, guys. It's just weird that the cave's just appeared and there's light. So
Check for
I'm
traps.
going to do that as well.
Yeah. Just
As-
don't do it your normal way.
And I'm going to stealth as well.
So you take the time to equip your armor and all your bits and pieces, sort out your packs, and you see the glow of torchlight, which looks like it's coming from the right-hand side of this cabin as it turns right. Seems like a little bit of a glow from the left-hand side as well. So, Alessandros, you're going to roll a stealth check for me if you're going to be stealthing. 23, as far as you know, you are stealthed. And what are you going to do specifically?
Going to go there, checking for traps.
Roll investigation as you move yourself forward to that point. You can move yourself to there if you wish. So, Alessandros, as you move forward, investigating, looking, searching the ground, the walls as you move forward for any potential hazards, as the group following up behind Ellie.
At a distance, yes.
No. I touch the earring and I go, "Hey, Ellie, what do you see?"
So, Alessandros, you can explain what you see, because what you can see is what you can see on the map.
Well, to the left of me, I see what looks to be... I don't know what that is. Hang on.
It looks like it's a room of sorts. It looks like a bookshelf, a table with strewn tomes and stuff on it.
A bookshelf with what the DM just said, all that kind of stuff. And to the right, looks like there's dead people, maybe?
Did you say you see dead people?
What?
Well, I'm seeing a hand,
I see dead people.
a sword, so possibly
Are you whispering this?
it's all on the earring.
Ah,
So, as Alessandros gives you this information, you all sort of peek and look, and indeed, you can see what looks like a stationary skeletal figure just out of your peripheral vision around the corner to the right there. And off to your left is an open corridor, which looks like it travels around to the right also some distance down. And looks like there might be a room of some sorts at the other end. Looks like a bookshelf and tables strewn with tomes and parchment. What are you doing, team?
It's still fairly lit up there, isn't it?
The whole thing is what you can see is lit is what is lit. So everything there you can see.
Okay, cool.
As you're
Lead the
discussing
way.
this, however, can I get everyone to roll a perception check for me, please? God, none of you see it until it happens. Or Sadiq might. Nope, not even Sadiq. Perception.
I can't see anything, guys. It's,
But what you do start
So
to
it's
hear.
higher than 16 then.
It was, yes. Alessandros, you'd be the first to notice it before anyone else. As from the ground in front of you, slowly rising out of the sand and the glowing sort of blue and green fungus that seems to be growing all over the floor in this cavern, four skeletal figures just rise slowly out of the ground, their eyes glowing blue, and they all turn to you and just basically swing away. So I need everyone to roll initiative again in a second, please, when I get that up there. So I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
How do I turn my token around again?
Control mouse wheel.
Control, that's right. Down.
So you got to highlight it first. So with that, they will get, because you guys didn't really notice it until until they rose out of the ground, there will be a disadvantage on your first attack.
I have the alert feat.
Same.
Except for Aleshondras. When did you get the alert feat, Sadiq?
Ages ago.
Wow. Okay, so Sadiq and Aleshondras are not surprised by this. And you guys are first in the initiative order, so your attacks will be as normal. So Aleshondras, you're first on the initiative as these
Awesome.
skeletons rise and attack.
Hang on. So I'm going to use my bonus action and go flame on for the
Flame tongue, no problem.
rapier.
Remember, mark your targets, which one you want to attack.
I need that. I can do that.
You would have to step forward to attack that one.
Nope, I'm not attacking myself.
You can
No.
attack yourself if you like.
Move forward.
I mean,
Alright,
I'll allow it. You can attack yourself.
So I'm going to hit with the flame tongue rapier first
No problem.
with a 20 to hit,
That will hit.
and that is 8 damage plus what is it? 2d6.
So I need to bring something up here.
And that is for flame damage.
What's your total damage?
12.
12. Minus 12. So Aleshondras, you strike out with your first attack,
And
striking it for 12 damage.
the second attack. So I can switch between weapons, can't I? I can choose a different weapon.
No, your main hand weapon is your main hand weapon. You can't switch
Okay.
during combat.
Okay, cool. Alright, so it's the flame tongue rapier again with 11.
That will miss. Parries with its own blade.
Cool, and that's it.
That's it for you. Next up, Sadiq.
Wait a minute, do I still have my right up? My read up?
It would have stayed. Well, it doesn't go away, does it?
No, it goes away when I dismiss it.
Okay, well then it'll still be
So,
up.
Awesome. I'm going to take a swing at this dude.
Go for it.
Where's that attack? Okay. This one? Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
So it's this one? Plus they're undead, I'm assuming.
I think you can safely assume that.
Good. So 20 points of damage to that dude.
Done.
Still standing.
Still standing.
Excellent. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
That plus that. 15 more points of damage.
15. Double strikes. Still standing. Seems to take the damage. Doesn't seem to be concerned about taking damage at all. Just standing there, creaking and moving, swaying from side to side, and it is still there. Next up is one of their turn. So this one here is going to attack you, Miss Alejandras.
Yep.
As it wields its great sword, makes the attack with a... Why is that not rolling? Did I not? Oh, good on private GM roll. So 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a miss, so you do not take that damage. Does get 2 attacks. If 17 misses, then so will that. Next up is this one. It's going to attack you, Sadiq. Same thing, 2 attacks. That'll definitely miss. So will that. Holy crap. 2 bad rolls. Fiona, you're up. Hit, you're on board.
How do I target again? Do I hold down
Alt
and
click.
it?
Alt click.
Alt click. Okay, I'm gonna hit this guy with a moonbeam. 4th level.
Just
Con
note to
save?
DM.
Yes.
D&D Beyond overlay is
Yes, that's fine. I'm not even more. It's a one shot. Not a big deal.
He needs to make a con save.
Con save. That'll be a natural 20 for 21.
Okay, so I can't remember. Oh, half as much damage. So he'll take 10 radiant.
10 radiant damage.
Which is probably-
It definitely takes more damage than just a 10, as
Yeah.
the radiant damage smashes into it. You see it sort of light up in radiant energy.
And I'm gonna move back about 10 feet.
No
and that's
problem.
me.
Hit, it is your turn. 1 second, my no ears. It's hot in here. Starting to sweat.
We'll hit. We'll move while he does that.
Right. Which one are you attacking, sir?
Oh, I am not attacking at all.
Okay.
I am going to move to the back. Then, within my... Here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to say, Steel Lady, give us death or glory, and they all get blessed.
Cool. So I will add those conditions, and I haven't done the thing on this one, so it'll be slightly different. And where is my bliss?
Don't know if it has concentration either.
Yeah, I don't think it should do. Unconscious, stun, restrained, blessed. Oh, there we go. It's there.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't think concentration there, but you know you're concentrating, so you know the thing and the stuff. So 4 of you marked with blessed, so make sure, remember D4s on your attacks and saves. And is that your turn, Hit?
Hit will... Yes, it will remain there, holding bliss.
No problem. Nemaris, it is now your turn.
Right. Like, oh, some action. So I'm going to rage because I can. And I'm going
Nemaris
to run into
rages.
this one. How do I do that? That one. But I'm going to stand here, which will also give these guys an extra, is it +5?
+1. You're not a
Oh,
paladin.
+1.
Yeah, +1 on your
So-
attacks, Sadiq and Alessandris, because you are within 5 feet of Nemaris.
Yep.
And she is
And-
raging.
And I am raging.
Make your attack.
And I have 2 attacks. So I'm going to swing with my wee swax.
Famous Swax.
It's probably going to miss.
13 does miss. Parries
God
with its own
damn
great
it.
sword.
So
Second
excited
attack.
about this that I'm getting all upset. Oh god, that's even worse.
Don't
That
forget
will
your
hit.
D4s.
Oh, plus D4.
And you have a D4 as well, but that will hit, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So roll your damage.
That'll do 16 damage.
16 points of damage with Helm's Vengeance as Nemaris swings away. This creature's not looking too shit hot, but it's still standing.
Can I still divine smite?
No, you didn't call it after I'd added the damage, unfortunately. You got to call it as after you've, at least before or as you've made the hit, not after I've added damage.
Ah, right. All good.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna grrr. Come at me.
Now Mars grrs, and next up is this one attacking Alessandros. 2 great sword attacks. God sakes, with a 16, that will miss. These guys are useless. Second attack. Also misses. Not having fun times. Next up is this one. It's going to attack Namaris. Well, that's better. 21 to hit. That'll definitely hit. And that one is an 18, so that'll also hit. So you take 18 points of slashing damage, half to 9 as you're raging. And that is its turn, back to the top of the initiative order with Alessandros.
Alright. Hitting the same one again.
Go for it.
With a 23.
That hits.
That's 3. Plus.
You will get sneak attack as well, don't forget.
Ooh. So that's 7.
So it's 12 initially.
12 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, you remember you're a rogue.
16 backstab.
16 with allies close by. Another 16 points of damage. It's looking a bit rough, but it's still there.
21 to hit.
Geez, that music was loud, I'm sorry.
Plus 3. So
Another
that's,
18.
Yep.
Describe how you destroy this creature as it is no more.
Flurry of blades just. I'm enjoying
Chop
myself,
suey!
okay?
So
Yes.
no, Alessandros just hooks with the rapier, slashes with the other one, back in with the offhand, and destroys the skeleton into several pieces across the floor. Next up is Sadiq.
Now,
Right, so attacking the same ones I attacked last time.
question.
Yes,
You took away the wrong one.
did I? Well, that was one I was damaging, but it doesn't matter. I can do this. Feel better?
11 to hit. Oh, wait a minute, actually. Wait a minute. And
D4.
so that'd be 12 to hit because of Namaris being there.
And you get a
D4.
D4 as well, you're blessed.
Yeah, I did the D4.
Okay, so that'll miss. Even
Oh,
though this
that
creature's
sucks.
looking pretty rough, it just manages to fend off your first attack.
And then, so that's a 15 plus the D4.
That'll hit.
So, yeah. No worries. Now, Heavenly Executioner does 12 points of damage.
Don't need to roll any more damage as you cleft this bag of bones into several pieces as it drops to the ground. Because you killed something, you get an extra attack, don't you?
Yeah, but it's outside of my range.
It is outside of your range, however.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll move to dare.
Yep.
And then go, oh, I've missed this!
I'll get you to untarget your friends while you've got the bless on them so you can remove your targets. Just alt-click them again.
Yeah, sorry.
So you still get you still had one attack left to go, I believe. Oh, no, you missed your first one, didn't you?
Attack and hit the second
You
one,
did
so
indeed. So next up is
Unfortunately, he's not within range, so I can't
this
do my
one.
leave.
is going to attack Alessandros once again. Because you're the closest thing to do it. First attack. This is better. 23, so you take 12 points of slashing damage. Second attack with a 19. Does that hit you?
Yes, it does.
Another 12 points of slashing damage. 2 large blows with a great sword. Next up is Fiela with hit on board.
Can I take the moonbeam and again at the
Moonbeam.
same one? Con save.
Con save. That will be an 18.
Meets it or beats it. So yeah, that's 18. Yeah.
Okay, so half
So-
damage again.
21. So
That'll be 42. This creature is engulfed in radiant energy and shatters into dozens of pieces.
All right. And
Leaving
I'm
one
gonna
left.
move. It says on an action I can move it. So I don't know if I've already moved it or not.
Does it cost you an action to?
It says on an action you can move the beam 60 feet, but I don't know if.
Yeah, I think if you've done, well, mine
Already
was
done
right
it.
on there. Well, the damn, it was already there.
I'm gonna take it off, and as my bonus action, I'm gonna wild shape into my cave bear.
Okay,
That's what
that'll work.
I'll do.
That'll work for me. So we're gonna remove Viela and add giant cave bear.
She stepped on me.
She pretty much did. So Fiela Bear arrives in the fray. Namaris, it is your turn.
Namaris see me, is it?
Sorry, Hit, it's your turn.
Hit first.
Okay, cool. So hit. Looking at the destruction, hoping for the best.
That music
I can
was really
see
loud, sorry.
one skeleton.
You can see one skelly tone, yes.
I'm going to move to a position. There's two left, right?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just
I'm
this
gonna
one
move
here.
to position in front of Cave Beer, and I'm going to say, with my loot, point it forward and say, "We're here for euthanasia," and fire Old Vic's blast 3 times at it.
Fire away, sir.
13 to hit.
Miss. Are you blessed as well?
Oh, I am, yes. That would have been plus 14 to hit.
Still misses. So
So this-
first
the
miss,
next one-
second one hits.
Okay,
And your turd,
and my third 24.
that'll hit. So 2 hits.
2 hits. Old Vic's blast doing 3 damage and 7 damage.
So 10 total.
The damage is force damage.
And it rocks a little bit, but it takes it like a champ.
And then, as my bonus action, oh, actually no, I won't waste my. It's only a skeleton. That's it for hit.
Namaris, you're up.
I think she was a bit worried that she was gonna get any more fun. So I'm gonna rock up to here, and I'm going to
Swacks away.
swax away.
Don't forget you have a D4.
I do. So, don't think I need it with that.
No, I'm pretty sure you're good.
And can I use my master
You have to
Weapon.
call Great Weapon Master before you roll it.
before
Because it's
I
a
roll
minor-
the second one?
Because it's a -5, yes.
Okay, so I was gonna call that for the second one.
Yep, so call it for the second one. So there'll be a -5 on your hit.
First damage is this, 14.
14, no problem.
And then Great Weapon Master for second. Well, shit.
Roll D4.
Oh, plus D4.
Got your D4. Still don't think it'll be enough.
13?
So 18 minus, 13 will not hit. Parries your
Damn it!
parries your attack. And that is you, I believe.
That's me. I'm just gonna grr at it.
Arr. So, Alessandro, it's back to the top. It is now your turn. You have a plus.
12.
You have a +1 to your attack plus your D4.
Plus one. Okay, 12.
So it's 13 plus a D4. So that'll hit.
Yay!
Roll your damage
Okay.
and your fire damage
Plus,
your sneak attack because you have an ally within 5 feet. That's 21 so far. 21, 33. That is enough. Single strike with the flame tongue rapier straight through the center, shattering the bones and sending them skittering, smoldering across the floor. And you are now out of initiative.
is there any more? Come on, there's got to be more.
See, undead. Drum of
There'll be
despair.
There'll be more. There's always more. Thank God. There's always more.
The Fiala bear grumbles in the background.
Oh, you turned into a bear.
And with that, I turn around and go, Fiala Bear! Run up and give Fiala Bear a big hug.
Oh my
It
god.
can speak animal pretty much whenever you want, so...
Okay.
Yildri, are you gonna stay bear?
Yeah, I don't want to waste the heals.
No.
Or the slots. Yeah, the spending. I don't want to get exhausted, magic.
I'll fix up the heal. This is only undead. This is nothing.
Okay.
I have a couple of things I can use against them. I'll save for later, but you stay as you are. And I guess the rest of you are just hearing from her.
Yeah, you're
and me.
hearing grunts and growls and yeah, the occasional bear noise.
Give him a lick
I
across.
look around. Does anybody need a little bit of healing? Because I've got some.
No, I'm good. Let's go kill them all. Kill them all.
Next, follow the corridor. Which one are you going, left or right? Who's leading? Ellie, Zadig?
I say we go this way, over this way. Yeah, we'll go this way.
Okay.
So as Sadiq, as you round that corner, you see lining the corridor. Move yourselves up.
And at the same time, I go, I told you there'll be more. There's always more.
Yeah, just move yourself
I
up to
cannot
just to
move
that. Oh, hang on, I've got to give.
Yeah.
Move yourself up to where you are at this point. Don't go any further just yet. I'm sure I gave that.
There you go, here.
Proceed.
You can move in there.
No, I did not. Shit, my bad.
Are you good?
Oh no. Can you move it? There we go. So
The
yeah.
Mountains probably need to move over once a Fiala Bear
Yeah,
can
so
get in.
Fiala Bears is a little bit of a squeeze to get you through there. It's a little bit narrow in some places, but you're good. But as you sort of round the corner, you do see lining wall to wall across the cavern in front of you, another set of skeletons. These ones look a little bit heftier than the ones you've just defeated. They're not moving.
Bring it on.
They're not moving. They're not advancing. They're just literally blocking your way.
We missed a lot of papers back there, which I say is.
Oh, Fiala says... Oh, why did I say Fiala? That's not what I call you. Yildri says we could go the other way. There's some paperwork and bits and pieces. These skeletons aren't doing anything.
The skeletons...
We can always come back for those.
Yeah, I agree.
We could... I mean... Yeah, could be important to get...
It might be
clues to them.
That
Yeah.
for the skeletons, not the paperwork. I thought we do that first.
Yeah, well, we could
Well,
split the party.
We kill the skeletons and then we go read the paperwork.
I like
Okay.
that idea.
Go and hit a skeleton. We'll wait and see. Because they aren't coming to us.
You know what?
Quick,
I
You've
could
got
quickly
like 30
go.
seconds till my bless is up.
I could quickly go.
Okay, go over here and read the stinking paperwork.
So what are you doing, guys? You're going to move over to the paperwork?
Yeah, head
The
over
room?
towards the paper.
Okay, so as you move down the corridor. You can move in, towards that room. You don't have to go right in it, but move yourselves over there. So as you stumble towards this room, working through the sort of a little bit wary, looking for maybe more skeletons as you move forward. You see there's a bit of a blue glow coming from the interior of this room. It consists, the shelving behind the table there has a lot of little bell jars and things filled with, looks like what, sort of glowing blue wisps of light across the shelves in the corner. It's not exactly what this room is on this map. I didn't do it. It's an older map, but that back part of the room would be lined with floor-to-ceiling shelves. The shelves themselves are about 15-20 feet high, go almost all the way to the top of this little cabin. And on almost all of the shelves is just a rows of these bell jars with these glowing blue wisps in them.
I am going to ritual cast detect magic. It takes me about 10 minutes.
Okay, you take the time. Nothing really happens in the meantime. You get a bit of an arcane glow from these bottles, but it's not huge amounts of. It's not the type. You don't get any magic type from it. You just know that there's something magical about them. You don't really get anything else from the room. As you sort of look around, the table is just covered with notes and bits of parchments, things like that. The room itself is quite clean. It looks like there might be a few gold coins scattered across the table, nothing really of note. Roll an investigation check for me, Het, if you're wishing to search the room further, maybe the notes, papers.
Anyone else interested in searching with me?
Yeah, I love paperwork. Let's do it.
Roll an advantage.
Oh crap, I forget to right click it. That's still pretty good.
23 is pretty good. Even without advantage, that's still pretty good. So as you're sort of searching through the notes, one particular sheet stands out to you. It's of arcane nature. And as you're reading over it, there's a passage written on it. And it says, sometimes I find I kill too many people with these storms. Thankfully, I've found a way to bring the peasants back to the mortal realm with the words, Corin tuit mentuas, to allow me to personally torture and use them as I see fit for my experiments. And what languages does he read?
That is a good question. Common, deep speech, draconic, elvish, and halfling.
Elvish. So in Elvish script, on this piece of parchment as well, you see the words mortal recurrence. You roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Well, team, it looks like we've got some sort of information about this person who caused the rain. Natural 20.
Natural 20 on the Arcana check. You know this is a spell. It is a incantation of sorts, and you get the impression just from looking around the room and then sort of looking over the paperwork that this particular spell has the ability to return one soul back to its body. Looking at the jars, the penny drops. That these jars contain the souls of once fallen people. Maybe. You're not sure. You can't tell the races, sex, or anything. You just know that they're souls. This is a single-use incantation. You get the impression maybe that this person or persons may have more of these, or may be able to write them up at any given time to return these souls to a body so that they can torture them and experiment on them.
Team, it looks like we've got a soul-sucking spell, and I would only... Maybe it's a guess, but those blue containers on the shelf there, those Balian-looking things, they're souls of creatures, I think.
And you would also know that this is a necromantic incantation.
And it's a necromantic incantation. Highly illegal now.
Cool. So, how the hell have we missed this for so long?
Like I said, best to get this drum before it gets into the wrong hands. Think we may be just in time, or maybe just out of time.
Say your bless is probably dropped by this point?
Definitely, yes. Only has a minute. Okay. I'm going to take this sheet of paper.
Do we keep on exploring? Or do we, let these souls free? Can we let them free?
I don't know. Allie, do you want to...
Roll an Arcana check.
Do you want to open the bottle, Allie?
Why would you want to?
Want to what?
Set anything free. We don't know what they are. Well, even if they're souls.
Natural 20.
They're souls. They're trapped.
Sadiq, you could definitely easily break them. Whether that would set the soul free or not, you're not 100% sure.
I think we have to do some research, because that's a lot of souls to be captured.
You would even probably,
Yes.
I'd say with a natural 20, you'd even hazard a guess that if you were to try and release the souls without proper incantations or magics, that the soul may be lost forever. Not 100% sure whether breaking the jar is going to.
We don't know where they've come from, so we don't know whether they're good souls or they're bad souls.
You never touch a soul without consent. Row, 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 row. There's a pathway down this way.
She says,
Row,
don't.
row, 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 row.
Yeah, she
What's
says,
she
don't.
saying? It.
I was getting it. Don't touch a soul without consent, or don't touch our soul without consent. I'm not sure which. And then there's a passage down there.
A back entry, if you will.
So,
Oh,
Ildry,
the back passage.
as you look down this well-lit corridor, you do indeed see another doorway, or another corridor leading off to the left, and it sort of moves around to the right as well. You can see a red glow emanating from the interior of that room.
All right, I'm stealthing it up there.
Roll stealth check.
I'm getting there. Yeah, that works.
24. As far as you know, your stealth. Move up to where you can see, if you wish. So, Ellie, as you move up to the corner, this room is otherwise empty, apart from several body parts that are strewn across the floor, a couple of mangled bodies over what looks to be some sort of grate, which you could possibly say, from where you're standing, probably used to drain the bodily fluids and blood from corpses. Pile of bones rest in one side. Do you wish to move into the room?
Yeah, checking for traps.
Roll investigation as you move in. As you move in closer, find the ground's kind of sticky and a few bones in that lining the floor, so it makes moving a little difficult. Don't find any traps, however, but what you do realize as you get closer to the grate on the ground, it's not really like a drain, but it is underneath. You can see troughs. It looks like it's used to capture the blood and stuff from the corpses. It looks like they've recently been used. They're fairly fresh. They're not like dark brown stains. It looks relatively. There are torture tools and other equipment which look like they're probably used in order to remove body parts. All the corpses that you see, or the couple of corpses you see there, have blackened eye sockets. Have no eyes, as if the eyes have been forcibly removed from the bodies. But that's about all you see in that room. And the smell is really bad. It's the smell of decaying flesh and rotting meat.
Is it safe?
You would smell it, yeah, though, like 100%. Your beer senses would catch that scent of the rotting flesh, and it is pretty potent. It's pretty gross.
My big bear butt's gonna like squeeze in here.
So your movement speed
There
is
you go.
halved while in the room. A lot of sticky, so these bones, and the ground is kind of sticky and gross and soft, and it makes movement quite slow.
Ellie, she asks if it's safe.
Well, I'm in here. Of course, it's safe. Maybe.
Hit and Sadiq and Maris, even Alice, even the rest of you sort of walked into this room. You can see the corridor itself drifts around to the right and heads back down. It looks like it might be heading back in the direction of where those skeletons were previously, possibly. It definitely curves around and heads back in that general direction.
Did anyone want to search in here, or are we good to go?
You are in there.
Alright, I'll search the area for whatever I can find.
Looking for anything specific or just
General.
anything? Roll investigation.
This whole place exudes dark magic to me. I'm going to stay out in the corridor.
26, you find nothing.
Awesome.
There's nothing but tools of torture, bones, dead bodies, body parts, entrails, rotting flesh, and blood.
That could be bear food.
I am not eating that. That is expiry date.
She says she's not eating that. She thinks that basically you've just offended her.
Right.
All right, what are we doing,
That's
guys?
nothing unusual.
Go back through the skeletons, or should we go around?
Sadiq moves
that
forward.
way.
Sadiq, roll a perception check for me, please, as you move forward up that corridor.
Perception. My best roll. 0.
0. You see nothing. You hear nothing. What you do see is what you see. You see line of sight. You see a small room. Looks like it's got a couple of bookshelves, maybe. It's well lit, this whole area. But everyone else roll a perception check for me, please.
Nat 20, 31.
Holy
I
crap
see
balls.
everything.
Nat 1 from Namaris as well. Hit Electronus and Fiela. You hear the movement of Earth again. Looking around, however, you don't see any more skeletons. It's the same sort of sound that you heard when those skeletons sort of moved up and out of the ground, but you can't seem to see anything.
I hear the earth move.
Yep, not going there.
But is the sky tumbling down?
So do you move forward?
Yeah, move forward a little bit up to there.
You still see what you see. Nothing's happened. You're good.
We'll just leapfrog, shall we?
One thing
Come on,
I
you
do
pussies.
notice is there should have been
Fiella's gonna go and move.
skeletons back there, but they're not there.
Fiella's gonna move up front because she feels that even if she gets hit as a bear, she's gonna be.
Okay. Well, I'll
Until
let you
I
know
see it.
this room is not very large.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in the hallway.
Yeah, if a bear was to move into the room itself, there'd be a bit of a tight squeeze with four other medium bodies, and
I thought there was more room.
and bear butt. But in this room, looking around again, hit from the doorway, even you can see it. The shelves have books and tomes, not unlike your own library at Bard's College. There's probably been several tomes that you'd probably recognise the covers of. There's a bed, there's a desk with some tomes and parchments, a chair, a couple of torches. It definitely looks lived in. It's not like it's
Hey,
abandoned.
you wanna look at this?
Take a couple of the important books, Ellie, for us. This seems
You
to
want
be
me?
dead end.
Hang on. You want me to take important books?
Yeah, that one there with the nice looking, not the old looking crappy ones that are half.
Do an investigation check.
Roll investigation with disadvantage because you got no idea what you're looking for.
Exactly. Hang on, one more roll.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Yeah, 27.
That's still pretty good. You find some stuff that you got no idea what it is. I mean, it looks magical. It looks like it's magical script of some description. You do find a thing that just says what you can make out from it is a necromancer can bond with an entity called an underling, maybe. From this piece of
Well,
paper, you can.
I do have I am proficient in Arcana, so.
You are? Okay. with that knowledge then, being efficient in Arcana, you are able to determine, reading this thing, that the necromancer can strip the souls from those it kills, as well as being able to conjure a storm that will kill and trap them in magically sealed jars. Which...
I relay that to Het.
You also find a piece of parchment that is very interesting indeed. You know that it's a magical incantation of sort, although you are unsure of what it says.
I still have... Oh, since I last cast Detect Magic, has it been 10 minutes?
Probably not. You've probably taken a short time to get to here. Probably on the back end of that 10 minutes, but there's nothing magical in this room.
Okay, just checking. Ali, anything of interest that you want to pass
Well,
to me?
actually, no. The piece of parchment that Ali's holding probably emanates a faint signature of arcane energy.
Cool.
So I'm holding these parchments going. Do you understand any of this, Het?
Bring it over here. I'd rather not step in the room.
And you also find a book of interest to Ali, which has a symbol which you would recognize as a symbol for necromancy on the cover, and it looks like doesn't look like a spell book. It looks more like a diary of sorts as well.
You might want this too, Het. I think it's diary.
The diary of a madman. I open it up and I try to read anything that Ali could.
So you're reading the diary first or the parchment?
The parchment first, please.
The parchment.
Is it in the same language as the other stuff?
Yeah, there's a bit of mixture of stuff here. The words you initially see on the parchment is, these words hold great power over my minions. Vas hoit grek. Vas hoit grek so. Zaliva, ruler of the undead, is the inscription on the bottom. So reading over it, and even with the investigation arcana check, you're proficient in arcana, you know what a spell is. You read over this, and reading over it, it's another incantation. This one is an abjuration incantation. And pretty much you can determine from it that whenever the verses of this incantation are recited, the minions, being known as Zaliva, would be pushed away from its source by 15 feet by a dome barrier of green energy. People and other creatures can move freely within this barrier, but it will basically repel the creatures that are bound to this necromancer.
This is good to have. I think it will keep some forces at bay when we need to.
You also sort of, you know enough about spells over the years and necromantic spells in your research that while these spells work as a barrier, smaller, faster moving objects can still get through. However, it helps, but they can still manage through if there's enough of them and if they're moving fast enough.
Looks like some minor protection. And the diary, anything interesting?
The diary itself is a diary from Zaliva himself, showing an increasing proficiency that's been able to capture and use the souls he takes. It's clear from this that he's mastered the process and is preparing to make an army of the undead. You also learn that he is in possession of the Drum of Despair. The cavern has an opening at its peak, which is called the Cairn. From this particular energy point, he is able to amplify his power tenfold. The Drum of Despair are the key to raising this army, and he uses Armand, yeah, Armand. The Armand of the undead, and he uses it as a focus.
This guy's nuts.
Definitely sounds like. I gotta understand that. Whoops.
So that is what you determine. Both of those incantations are in D&D Beyond as well.
Looks like the soul can is probably maybe past the skeletons we saw. Maybe it leads it to a stairway down to this area where he could use the drum to raise. I think it says his undead armies. Oh, army, undead army.
Almonds. Yep. Okay, we got that. Almonds. Yep.
Almonds, yep.
Righto. So, Sadiq, you get your wish, my friend. Skeleton killing time.
So we get to kill an almond of undead.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely sounds like that.
Fuck you guys.
Almond joy, do it.
It's an almond joy.
One mistake.
All it takes.
Where do we go?
Is this about healing damage or?
Yeah, exactly. So you
So
decide to
I'm-
head back to the
I'm
Skelling
guessing-
I'm
Tomes?
guessing by the fact that we went through 2 rooms, and I'm thinking that original place that went around to the right, and we saw
Wait
those
there, Ellie. Go no further.
4 skeletons, was going downwards towards this place of
Skin,
power.
yeah.
No, it was actually going up. Where you've just come from seems to be on a decline, as you have a slight incline going up the other way.
Okay, yeah, well, doing that then. So head back
Go
and
that way.
go up, I guess, or down, and kill this group of almonds.
Let's do this.
So hold it there, guys. Don't go any further forward. We'll get everyone to group up. So as you move forward, the skeletons that you encountered previously are still there. They are still unmoving and just are standing there, like looking at you. Eyes glowing in a slight blue arcane-ish energy with a slight dark green tinge to them.
I'm gonna.
Maybe they're waiting for a command.
Are you able to still like cast like a little fire type spell?
Do you want to know something funny? Yes, I can still cast those old spells.
Cool, cool.
But that's not the funny thing. The funny thing is, the spell here says, if I recite this, it could push his minions out of the way, right?
But you're gonna take control of the undead.
I don't think it can. I mean, I don't think it means I'm control. I think it's just a command to make them move.
Yeah, but is it to make them move as in get the hell out of my way, or make them move as in come and kill me now?
We'll
I
find
think
out.
it's from. Yeah, she's grumbling at me again. She wants us to hurry up.
Yeah, she does that always. All right. Well, while he's
Vashoid
doing
Greg
that,
Soul.
I'm gonna grab out a vial of holy oil and go. This is in case your idea fucks and screws us again.
So, Het, as you say those words for the first time, you see that shimmer of green energy start to form in a dome in a 20 foot radius around you, centered on you. And when you stop saying the words, it disappears.
Oh. I think I have to continuously say it as we walk through them. Is this necromantic
This
magic?
one's abjuration.
Okay, good.
Abjuration. What's
follow-
abjuration?
It's protective. Okay, follow me, team, and I start chanting the words over and over again as I walk between
So,
the
yeah.
skeletons, or trying.
So as you are chanting the words, you are unable to do anything else apart from move. So this takes up your entire action, bonus action. So if this was in combat, just bear that in
Sweet.
mind.
Good to know.
It literally takes you out of the combat initiative and puts you into a state of chanting this incantation. So I'm
Been
going to
there,
take
done that.
control of these for a second, so don't get everyone to move at the moment. So Het, as you start the incantation and walk forward,
Vashoid Greg Soul. Vashoid Greg Soul. Vashoid Greg Soul. Vashoid Greg Soul. And he goes on and on, my friend.
the 4 skeletons move. As you all walk forward, I'll get you all to walk forward to about here, if you please. You manage to walk through the skeletons. They move out of your way, and they do not seem to bother you. As you pass through, and the incantation, they move out of the incantation range, you watch them reform their line. behind you. I'm gonna move you for a second here, Fiala. Got a thing I need to bring up. So you have now passed them. They are not doing anything. They're not moving. They've just moved back into the path, blocking the path once again. The light continues around the corner, still moving at a steady incline as you move forward.
Before we do, there's something I want to do just quickly. Namaris, I was wondering, I have a gift for you if you want them, as I no longer need them.
Okay. What
It's
is
his
it?
pants.
Goggles of Night.
Ooh, that would probably be quite good, actually. What would that give me?
It just gives you dark vision at the 60 feet.
That'd be good.
Do they have to be attuned?
Negative.
No.
So yeah, Goggles of Night.
Where is Namaris? Are you hiding under another token?
Yeah, she is somewhere.
Anything's
Yeah, I
possible.
think she's hiding underneath
No,
me or
she's under Ellie.
Ellie.
I'm scared, so he thought I'd better hide under Ali. Said name Maris, never.
I will give you 60 feet of dim vision.
And I have 120 feet of dark vision.
It should be on your sheet already.
Yeah, it is.
Right, I've put them on too, if that's alright.
Yep.
Just to make it easier.
I only had
Much
60, so I've made it 100. So, do you move forward and continue your journey upwards?
Sure do.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're gonna get an order here. We'll keep you guys in a order, saves you just moving around willy-nilly. Who's in the front?
Fiona.
Yeah.
I'd be towards the front.
So
of
put
the
Fiona
Fiala Beer in the front.
Yeah, it'll be me and Namaris, and then Ali and
Yes, head towards the rear.
Het, like it used to be.
Unless we have to move skeletons again, then I'll have to go in the middle.
So put yourselves in the relative position, about there. Cool. So as you move around the corner there, Fiala Bear, you being the first around the corner, you notice that this is a sort of a slightly darker area than there was before. Can I get you to make a perception roll for me, please? Ooh, big roll. That is a very good roll.
Smell stuff.
You sense, again, more undead, but as you sort of are listening, you can hear almost like a whisper. Just on there, just a real slight, just on the tip of your ear sort of thing, just right on the very outside of your hearing. And it seems to be coming from above you. And in front of you, you can see a set of sort of stone, almost natural stone stairs leading to what looks to be like an arch or cave style opening. A little bit of light coming from it.
I'm gonna look at the party and I'm gonna like take my paw and rub my ear, like I hear something, and then I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think she's got an itchy ear.
Hey, you want to go scratch your ear?
Yeah.
It's okay. One of the kids put honey in her hair yesterday. It's fine. It was Zoran. It's always Zoran.
Whispers and stairs. Whispers and stairs.
Oh, she says whispers and stairs.
Yeah.
She can see stairs and hear whispers.
What are you
Can
doing,
you go
guys?
up? I'm gonna try
What are
and
we
go
doing?
up
You can go up
the
if you wish.
stairs,
with my big
I
bear
guess.
butt.
Big bear butt up there.
Up we go.
Go up the stairs.
Move forward a bit more. Here we go. So you can all move up the stairs. You notice as the other disappears up the stairs and disappears through the archway. And the rest of you now disappear and appear at the top of the stairs here. I'm going to just pause it there so you guys don't fuck around too much. Where's Namaris?
Hiding again.
Under
think
hit.
She's
they were
on bottom
stuck
of
under,
somebody.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she's not under hit.
Viola sat on me.
Where is she?
Sorry.
She's not there.
This is- wants to
I
get
just
She's there
her
on
behind
behind
ours,
my
you.
just
butt.
behind
She's behind my
Viola.
butt.
Oh, she's not there on my actual stream. My actual fucking Foundry one. That's interesting.
She's there.
She's there on the stream
Maybe
as
it's
well.
taking
Yeah, I can
a
see her
while
on the
for it
stream,
to
but I can't see her on the actual Foundry. That's interesting. Oh well.
Okay, that's
Oh
weird.
my god, I've only been back for 5 minutes and you've lost me already. That's rude.
And of course,
Once again,
sound
we
doesn't
killed
frickin' work.
Namaris.
Got lightning in my ears.
I need to reload. I need to reload. 1 second, guys. I need to reload the shit. It does happen
So-
from time to time.
So, Namara, see that person over there? You're not on their side, you're on ours.
Ooh. You can
I
kill
shoot hit alert.
There we go.
One goat. That's all it takes, Namaris.
That's right.
Why is the
One
sound not working?
No one
There we
gets
go.
that, so they get that joke.
So, as you reach this particular area, you can hear the sounds of the rolling thunder. No rain, but that same eerie green lightning flashing in the sky above, swirling darkened greenish clouds circling above, in almost like a vortex above you, as you're now at the top of this particular cavern, almost like on a ruin. Several posts or pillars spread around the outside. Monoliths, if you will, 20 feet tall, sort of line the outside of this large crater almost, sort of a semicircular wall dipping into a bit of a crater. Atop these monoliths sit several haunched, grey-skinned creatures. Het, you would probably determine that these may be the underlings that were spoken of before. What you don't see in this map, because I haven't put them in because there are far too many of them, but I'm going to show you what they look like, is about 4 or 5 dozen of these small skeletal creatures spread out in a semicircle in front of this green dome that looks like it's encasing this humanoid person. He's standing there at his feet. The drum that you assume is the drum of despair. I'll also show you him in just a moment. Character sheet. So you see this creature that is humanoid, but is looking almost undead in nature. His skin is taut and pulled back and grey, sort of greyish brown. The green sort of energy emanating from his hands, filtering out to this dome that's surrounding him. His eyes are turned upwards towards the sky, and he's just murmuring, and that's just the sound of whispering you can hear is just emanating from all directions. Doesn't seem like it's coming directly from him. The human-skinned drum sitting at his feet. Striker sitting next to him. What do you do? So these creatures are spread out pretty much all around the front here. At this point, they are unmoving.
And it's daylight, isn't it?
It's daylight-ish. It's dark. It's darker up here, but it is daylight.
It says, excuse me, we're here to collect on undead drum tax.
Undead drum tax. Right.
If you can't pay the bill, we must take the drum and you lose your army, I'm afraid.
Yet no response. He seems solely focused on whatever he is doing.
Anyone else?
Is he chanting in any way, or?
Well, you can see
hands.
his lips moving, and you can hear this whispering, but it doesn't seem like it's coming from him directly. It's just everywhere. You can just hear it as like a cacophony of whispering voices.
They'll pause their ears again and
Everybody can hear that. It's pretty
5
audible.
feet forward. Yeah, I'm just gonna step 5 feet forward, really slow, non-threateningly.
You're gonna move 5 feet forward. As you move 5 feet forward, these dozens of small skeletal creatures with very sharp teeth step 5 feet forward.
Step 5 feet back. Do they move back?
No, they do not. They remain where they are.
Okay, so I'm going to take the initiative here and fire the bow
At what specifically?
at the necromancer in the center.
Fire your bow. Roll to hit.
As she fires up.
With 14.
I don't think that'll work. It's like a field around it. Never
And
mind.
indeed, as Alessandros, you loose an arrow towards Necromancer. Your aim is relatively true, but it strikes an unseen shield, this dome, whatever it is, and vaporizes your arrow.
Did the diary have a name for this person?
And unfortunately, as you made an attack towards this dome, the dozens of skeletal creatures now surge forward at an alarming rate of speed. What do you do?
Philip there steps forward to take the hits.
And then Maris looks at Ali and says, "Seriously?"
As Fiala steps forward,
Okay.
look, we will.
It's good to see in 10 years you still
as
make
she-
stupid mistakes.
Wait to find the trap, Sally.
As Fiona steps forward, she is instantly swamped by maybe 20 or 30 of these creatures, and it's now almost hard to see her. Fiala, you will need to make a strength check for me, please.
How many of these creatures are around? Hundreds.
There are dozens, maybe 80, 100. You don't know. You're not sure. It's just they seem to be coming out of the ground from behind rocks. They just seem to be coming from everywhere.
So using my bear stat, it's gonna be a +5 to whatever a nat 1 is.
Oh no!
That's
Fiala is unable to throw any of these creatures off. You take 30 points of piercing damage as you are
We're
swamped
not
by
in
these
combat yet, are
creatures. No, not yet. But
Can
you,
I quickly
I would
cast a
say now we will go into initiative. What sort of spell were you looking at casting?
I was going to cast Sanctuary on Fiala.
Do you have to touch her?
No.
Are you sure? Read it. I don't know anything about
says-
Sanctuary.
You ward a creature within range, and the range is 30 foot.
Okay, I'll allow you to do that.
Against attack until the spell ends. Until any creature who targets a warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects such as explosion or fireball.
Okay, they fail. They fail. I'm going to do a group roll. They fail. They now drop from Fiala Bear and surge directly towards you, Damaris.
Fucking marvelous.
You now have dozens. You have dozens of creatures now surging toward you. Now we will roll initiative.
Do I still get the damage? I probably still get the damage.
You still take
It'll
the
just come
damage.
off me,
Yep.
yeah. No.
Yo, Sylph, what's up? So I need you. What was your initiative, Yella? Because your bear.
20.
So I'm gonna have to change. I'll roll it here for you. Natural one, my ass. I can change it.
Oh, +5 to initiative. So, no, never mind. That was stupid. 20.
I can move you up the initiatives. What was your initiative? 20, you say? Update combatant. Cool. So, the skillets, these little creatures will run on initiative 20. So they will run adjacent with you, Fiala. As now, unfortunately, Maris, you have a whole bunch of these creatures now swarming over you, and more are coming towards you guys, and it almost seems to be a never-ending wave of these creatures. So at the top of the round is one of the creatures on the monoliths. Does not move. Stays where it is. Doesn't do anything. Fiela, Ildrubir, you are up first. Alessandra, you're up after that.
I'm gonna try to get on the ones that are on Namaris and swat them off with a multi-attack.
You don't need to attack them. It's just a strength save to remove these creatures.
To see if I can get them off her?
Yep.
Okay. Trying to go to my character.
Not a strength save, sorry, strength check.
Strength check.
For you?
Okay. So it's going to be a +5 to whatever this is.
Yep.
Oh my god.
9.
Need real
You
dice.
managed to swat. You managed to swat a couple off, and they die almost instantly. But again, as you sort of turn, you are now being swamped by a whole bunch of others as well. Coming in from the top of, like from all directions. I mean, these things are coming in from here. From here, they're coming in from this direction. Now, Maris, you need to make a strength save for me, please. Hit, I need you to make a quick insight check for me.
With my bonus action, I'm going to roar, like, taunt.
Yeah.
That's it. Try to get them all on me.
Namaris, you managed to sweep off maybe half a dozen in a single and sweep them to one side, and as they hit the ground, they sort of shatter into tiny bones. But there just seems to be more and more coming. Hit, you're a little confused. I think you know what you need to do, but you're sort of stammering at this point.
Hit knows.
Alessandris, it is your turn.
Let's see if I can cock this up even more. I'm going to aim at... Nope, I want that one, so I can do that.
Okay. You'll make the shot at disadvantage as you are all being currently swamped by dozens of tiny skeletal creatures.
Alright, I'll roll that again. Ooh. So 23.
23. You do, in fact, hit it. Roll your damage.
That's 9 plus... So 19.
19 points of damage. And you also knock it from its perch. But it's still alive. You will not be able to make a second attack on your attack action because of your current situation. You'll have to make a strength save, please.
Strength save, alright. Nat 20, 21.
You managed to swat away half a dozen or so of these creatures and killing them almost instantly, but more seem to be coming. Next up is the necromancer, who just continues doing what he's doing. Sadiq, it is your turn. You are also covered in these creatures as well.
Okay. So, you want me to do the strength save first?
Strength save, yeah, do your strength save first. It'll reduce your attacks down to 1 attack per action.
Okay.
You managed to swat off a few, freeing up your arms if you wish to make an attack of any kind.
Okay. Now I need the measurer. Where am I? I'm there.
The measurer. I forgot the battle music.
65 feet. I couldn't even move to that. Alright, so I'm going to rip out the bow and take a shot at this dude.
Roger that. Take your shot with disadvantage because of the creatures between you and them.
Okay. So 9 to hit.
That, unfortunately, will miss.
Oh, and that's it.
It's slightly wide, but it's now Hit's turn.
Hit calls out, "Get close to the inner circle, and I think we should take out the statuey things first. That is a guess." And Hit will try and move. Damn it, I'm on the wrong screen. Hit will try and move. No, it cannot. He cannot control his character. I would like to move
Why
sort
can't
of
you control the
into...
character?
Game's paused.
Oh shit. Here we go. Sorry.
I would like to go 5, 10, 15, 20. There.
You will not be able to move that far because of the creatures that are swarming your group.
I had assumed.
Make a strength save before you move, and you'll only be able to move half your distance.
Okay, we'll put me there. So I'm going to move. It's a bit hard to say on this. I'm going to thunder wave between the bear and whoever this one is.
That's Alessandros.
Okay, so before I move, I will thunder wave between them so it doesn't hit them, but hopefully blast the skeletons off me as I sort of pull the
Which
loot out.
direction are you going to thunderwave?
So between them towards that pillar with a shadow on.
Right, that way?
Yeah, the
Just
way my character is.
Ping the map.
I can't remember how to ping.
Just hold left click on the map.
Oh, yeah, where you arrowed it on screen, that's it.
Okay, so thunderwave is like it's a square, isn't it? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, square out from the front of me. 15 foot square, so once I'm just ahead of those
Yeah.
two people,
About there-ish.
boom.
Yep.
And I'll say, I'll make the strength save first, right?
Yep.
Strength check or strength save?
Strength save.
Yeah.
You fail. You are unable to remove these creatures from you as they're swarming over you, biting and gnashing. So you take 10 points of piercing damage.
So I would not have been able to move.
You will be
then,
unable
right?
to move, yeah, unfortunately.
I will still do the thunder wave between them. I think I will catch
You
Fiona
will
by accident.
probably catch the arse end of Fiona, so she'll have to make the save as well. These creatures will automatically fail, and you will kill a number of them. This is roll. Is it a dex or a con save?
It's a constitution save, and
Yeah.
I'm just casting it at entry level, so.
Yep.
That is a con save 17.
Yeah, well, they'll automatically fail. So you succeed, Fiona. So what is the damage?
Which is
That'll be half Fiona Bear.
incoming damage. 15 thunder damage, and I sing, "You've been thunderstruck."
So again, large booming thunderous noise comes from the spell, and you manage to kill a number of these things. But again, they just keep coming from almost seeming like nowhere. There's dozens and dozens just keep piling towards you guys, swarming over top of you.
After blasting them, would I be able to move forward then?
No, you'll be pretty much stopped in your tracks with more and more as they sort of swamp over top of you.
Okay.
Now, Maris, you're up. You are now inundated, all of you, with these creatures. They're just piling up on top of each other, climbing up over top of you. You're finding it hard to see each other now with the amount of these creatures that are climbing all over you, biting and clawing.
I'm just gonna try or I suppose I better try and throw some of them off.
Strength save, please. You do so with 14, but you'll also take 20 points of piercing damage in the meantime as well. You manage to throw off maybe a half a dozen or so, skittering them into tiny bones. It doesn't seem to be any end to these creatures.
Can I kind of twirl myself around with my axe just on pivot in my position just to see if I can hit a few more?
Well, you've already rolled your strength save. You can make one attack. Try and kill a few more. It's getting hard to move. It's almost like they're just trying to hold you in place and pin you down, this bite and claw. You will kill a few more. You won't need to roll damage.
Okay.
But again, like I said, there seems to be no end to these creatures. Hit. Roll another intelligence check for me, please.
That is definitely not the check I need. But Hit's got it. Hit knows what he has to do. It just took him around.
I kind of figured.
Oh, Hit knows I was playing the dumb character. Nope, 8.
He doesn't know. He's just struggling. So back to the top of the initiative here. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Looking for a 15 or better. Alessandros fails. Hit succeeds. Sadiq fails. Namaris fails. You got advantage, Namaris. Fiela fails. So all those that failed on a 15 or less will take 30 points of piercing damage. Well, that was with an advantage, so you fail. You take 30 points of piercing damage.
Does evasion come into factor?
Did you succeed or fail your check?
Failed.
If you succeed, you take no damage. If you fail, you take damage.
Half. Is that according
Yep.
to this?
They take half damage. So 15.
Double 15.
So, with that, Cave Bear. Eldry Bear, your turn. Again, you are now you're all covered in these things. They're everywhere. You cannot see your friends. You're just trying to fight these creatures off. So, strength save, please. $30 points of piercing damage to Eldry Bear as she's unable to fight these creatures off. There's just far too many. Alessandros, strength save, please.
14.
Failure. You take 30 points of piercing damage.
How much again?
30.
30.
Sadiq, strength save, please. 20. Save. 15 points of piercing damage. You also kill another dozen or so. Just stomping and throwing them off, but you still take damage. Hit, strength save, please. And if you make this strength save, you'll have the ability to make one action.
Right. Nine.
That is a failure. 30 points of piercing damage.
Can I speak?
You can speak. You can
Speak, but
you
I
can
can't
speak,
make it
but you can. Well, if you can speak, you can do what I think you're going to try and do. Because you know the incantation.
Yes.
So if you wanted to start speaking the words,
I will chant
can
it
start.
straight away like I did before. Vas, Hoyt Greg Soul, and I continue over and over and over.
as you start, you all notice the wave sort of stops, but the ones that are on you are still there. They're inside this 20-foot dome. Namara, strength save, please. (19). You throw some off. You throw them towards the edge of the dome, and they pop out through the dome and can't get back in. You can now see. I get you to make one action, Namaris, please. Just whether it's an attack or a bonus action.
Can I try and throw some more?
You can't do two strength saves. You can kill some with an attack.
I'll kill some.
So make one attack, please. They don't have a lot of health, so you get 13 hits. You're able to sweep a few more away in a single action. Your arms are now free. Eldry Bear, it is your turn. Strength save, please. The DC will be slightly lower because you now have no more coming in. So
16
21.
plus 5, yeah.
You big sweep of the bear claws, and you twist your body and you throw off quite a few of these things. Some of them roll back out of the dome, some remain in, and you stomp on a few, killing some. You're now relatively free. You can now make an attack action as well.
And it changes my bonus action back into Fiela and cast a spell 5th level at that shield.
So, give me 1 second. Remove Fiela. I'll bring Fiela back out. Put you there. So you're going to cast the spell at the shield at 5th level, you say?
Yeah.
Roll d20 plus your intelligence.
I'm going to use this thing. 14 most months. 14.
You release the spell. Does not seem to have any effect.
Alright. I'm going to move back towards Allie.
You will not be able to move.
Oh, I can't move?
You're still
Okay.
pretty much swamped by these creatures. You've got to remain within 20 feet of Het to remain inside the dome.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll just give you guys a bit of a dome here, so you are safe within that dome from any more creatures coming in. There's still a lot in here at the moment. So that is your turn, Sadiq. One last strength save from you, please.
That 1, 6.
You are unable to fight off any of these creatures that you remain without being able to use your... I know you got your arms last time, so you can still make an attack action. But you'll take 10 points of piercing damage in the process.
Alright, I'm just going to try to clear more off me.
Yep. So just make a single attack.
I think I'd be using my dagger, not my greatsword.
Yep.
15 to hit.
You'll manage to sweep a few more away now. Kicking away. You're sort of kicking and moving away. Hit. You are continuing your incantations. This takes you out of the initiative order as you continue to chant. Nemaris.
But I will motion to everyone to walk forward towards the center of the area as I make the incantation. So wave my hands and point forward, and I will walk 10 feet forward towards Fiela.
So you move yourself 10 feet forward. You should be able to do that, and I will move the
15.
Twerkle. That is centered on you. So Sadiq will be just outside, so you might have to move back just a fraction to keep him in.
I'll stand on Fiela to do that.
Yep, so you can share the same space. At this point, so that keeps Sadiq inside. Namaris, you are now... your arms are now free. You can now make your full action 2 attacks to clear up some of these creatures that are in the circle.
Here we go. So it's 19 to hit with the first one.
Don't roll your damage, just roll your 2 attacks, because their armor is super low. Everyone will hit, pretty much, unless you roll a natural
2
one.
19s.
So you managed to clear off another dozen or so of these creatures, just scattering bones across the floor. You are now completely void of the creatures. You can help others in your next turn if they need it. Back to the top. Need everyone except for Namaris make a dex save, please. Need to put in Fiela in the initiative order. Right, so anyone under a 15? Fiela, you take 30 points of piercing damage. Next up is you, as it turns out.
Oh, me again already.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to mass cure wounds my friends.
Okey-dokey.
At level 5th level.
Nope.
And oh, that's shit. And they all get 11.
Everyone gets 11 points of healing damage. Is that your turn, Fiela?
I move where the head moves, so I'm kind of next to him, so I won't move.
We've got a few skillets left inside the circle, not too many. Sadiq, Alessandra, sorry, your turn. Then Sadiq. That was really bad. You take 15 points of piercing damage, as is not as many now, but you are unable to move. You can use an attack action, single attack, to clear out the last remaining few on your side. Easily done. Sadiq, the last remaining few are hanging around you still. You have your arms free, no need to make a strength save. Just make 2 attacks. 2 successful attacks will clear out the remaining creatures. First one succeeds. Second one succeeds. So you're now free of these creatures within this circle. Het is chanting continuously to keep this dome up. The other creatures are now throwing themselves at the dome. Don't seem to be getting anywhere at this point. After that hit, you're still chanting. Namaris, it's your turn.
I will move forward another 10, 5. Try to keep everyone in the circle.
I'd say with everyone would move everyone together to keep everyone in the circle.
Okay, in that case, I would move more forward.
Fine, you can't get too far forward, close to the dome, as something seems to be stopping you from moving any further forward than pretty much there.
Where I am? Okay.
That's about as far as you'll be able to go.
I would stop where I am anyway.
Yep. So, with that...
Chanting.
It's probably not an issue, but Sadiq's invisible to me.
It's just line of sight. For some reason. If he moves in, you should see him.
Am I
According
able
to that, he's in.
I don't know. I can see him, so...
Am I able to go up to there and attack the dome, the other one?
Well, you've already seen that the attack doesn't do anything, so it's up to you whether you want to attack it again. Alessandra has already attacked the dome.
I was gonna try it with Divine Smite.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
Okay.
Spend the spell slot.
Yep. Hang on, I'm just trying to find it. Expended a spell slot, and
Yes, you got to roll to hit first.
Try and hit it. Oh God.
You hit it easily enough. You expend your spell slot. Roll your damage for your weapon and your divine smite, please.
Okay, so that's for my weapon, and that's for my divine smite. So 8 of radiant.
It's 2d8 for divine smite.
So that's 16 radiant.
So 16, so 31 total damage is what you take as the damage you smash onto the shield is reflected back into your face.
Right. Okay, so that works. I'll just say to everybody, I wouldn't try that, guys.
As you see the brilliant flash and sparking of Namaris' steel against the shield, whatever it is, and yeah, all that damage reflects back to you. It is now Ildri's turn once again. The creatures standing on top of these pillars, one that's knocked onto the ground, have not moved. They've remained where they are at this whole entire time. They haven't attacked, haven't done anything.
I'm going to... Oof. I can see, does anyone look really, really rough? I mean, I just saw Namaris get smacked.
Roll a medicine check.
Shit.
Excuse me, 27. Okay, anyone that has taken some significant damage, you can relay that to Ildri because she'll be able to see it.
I am 33 out of 110.
Oh, shit. Well, okay, I'm going to put a healing spirit down on Namaris. So my little stag, ethereal stag, comes down and gets her for
That's one
14
token
right now.
That was one token I didn't think about.
It's okay, we'll just pretend. We'll pretend it's
We'll
there.
pretend that one.
So on your turn, I'll roll another heal for you.
Yep. So you get 14 points of healing damage initially.
And I'll stay. Or I'll move up next to Head.
Okay, so move where you can move within these circle. Next up is Alessandros. It is your turn.
Alrighty, I'm going. No, I don't want to target myself.
Well,
I want to move.
I'll let you target yourself.
No,
I really will. I mean, I'm happy with you targeting yourself.
Yeah, I'm targeting that one again
Again, go for it.
with the bow. 19.
That hits.
That is 8 plus.
No need to roll anymore. It
come
drops
on.
dead. The first of these creatures, with an arrow from Alessandros, takes it to the chest and just drops back and then dissipates into a green mist.
That's the next target.
We have two. You have 2 shots in your attack action. So
That's a 15 to hit.
where's your next target? Oh, that one down there. 15 hits. $11 points of piercing damage and 11 of fire damage. Well done. That is enough.
No, not fire.
12, sorry.
And it's
12, 23.
force.
Force damage. Either way. Another arrow. Headshot. Knocks it off its perch and kills it. And again, sort of dissipates into green mist. Is that your turn?
That's all of it.
Sadiq, it is your turn, as the necromancer still hasn't ceased what he's doing. The whispers grow louder now. Seems more hurried, but he hasn't stopped.
Can I do a free action? Yell out. Aim for those things on the pedestal thingies.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over to there because that's still within the circle of hits.
Yep.
Thing, and shoot at that dude with.
This one here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't I kill that one?
Yep.
Nope. You killed the one above it.
And 14 to hit.
That hits.
Well, roll damage.
Damage.
9 points of damage.
9 points of the piercing damage.
And then another shot.
Shoot away, sir.
15 to hit.
That also hits.
And another 9
Another
points.
9 points. Not quite enough to take this one down. And it remains on its perch. Didn't fall off. It is your turn. Hit, it is now your turn. You continue your incantation. The small creature's still gathering up around the edges of the shield. Anything else you wish to do?
Speaking of the incantation, does it require my hands to move?
No, you just need to continuously recite the incantation. So you cannot speak, but if you have a spell that does not require somatic vocal components, you can cast a spell.
Oh, not a spell. I'm just going to try and biff a dagger while I'm making
Right,
the
you can do that,
incantation.
yeah.
So I'm going to biff it. Oh, I'll get on the right page. I'm going to try and biff it. That one there.
Sweet.
And I'm going to throw.
What is the
my
range on your
dagger.
daggers?
That's a good question. It's 20. So I have to
It's
roll
65 feet
disadvantage.
away, it's a disadvantage.
Yep.
Actually, what's your max range? 60 feet, isn't
60,
it?
yeah.
So you'll miss. He's 65 feet away from you.
I can walk forward with a circle.
Yeah, you could. So, either way, 6 misses.
Okay. Either way, a 6 misses. And that is it for hit. He is still chanting.
No worries. Namaris, it is now your turn.
Right, learning from that last mistake, I'm going to switch to my longbow,
Go for it.
and I'm going to come down to here, if that's all right.
Yep.
Have I got line of sight on this
Ooh,
one?
you may not. Not past the dome. The dome's quite high. Come. You can see the black line of the circle.
Oh, I'd have been the same then. I wouldn't have been able to hit him.
You get
Yeah.
19 healing, by the way.
I would
Namar.
say that would
thank
have
you.
you still inside the circle.
Yep.
Judging on my stuff, so that'll give you line of sight there.
Right. Well, I'll have a go with my longbow. And I will... Oh, I might just hit him.
You will hit him with a 25, I believe.
So with that one, he's going to take a whole 5 damage.
Better than nothing. You have 2 attacks in the
And
attack
a
action.
second shot. I'm going to get him with a 17.
That'll hit.
And he's going to take 3. And did I hear a 17?
He does fall off the perch though, down in front. But yeah, you got 19 healing damage.
That's fine, I just took 17 damage instead of healing damage.
We'll just heal it back.
I'm going to other
Back to the Fiala, back to the top of the initiative order. The skillets, these creatures just throwing themselves against this shield, just cannot seem to break through it.
So there's one left on that perch back there, eh?
There's 2 left.
Oh, there's 2.
You got 1 here.
Oh, okay.
And 1 here.
I'm gonna use Firestorm, which is 10 up to 10 10-foot cubes. They just have to be adjacent. So I'm gonna make like a wall to hit both of them. It's a dex save.
Dex
for both of
saves.
them.
We won't put the marker up. We'll make the dex saves easy enough.
Yeah.
Dex save for each. 18 for one.
Uh-huh.
And a 7 for the other. So 1 fails. I say 1 succeeds.
Yep. So it will be.
So we will say failure for this one, success for this one.
32 fire damage as a wall of flame just goes across. So
Okay, we would say even with half damage, both of these go poof with the wall of fire. So what I will do is, how long is it?
It is 10 10-foot cubes.
5, 10, 15, 10-foot cubes.
Yeah, so 10 of them in 10-foot cubes. Yeah. So make a line.
We'll just do this.
It's like a storm of fire.
So that, how long does it last? Because that area is now
It's
on
just
fire.
Instantaneous, and I think,
Is it
if anything
rem-
catches fire, it catches fire.
Oh,
and
so
that's it.
it dissipates after it's cast?
Yes.
Okay, so we won't need to do that then. Let's move that.
Yeah,
So with
go on.
that, however, as you kill the last of these ghouls, all those little creatures that were swarming you guys dissipate. The shield dissipates around this entity. The whispering stops. He turns and looks at you. And is not happy. And he joins the initiative. Alessandros, it is now your turn. Het, you are able to, realizing what's going on, you could now stop chanting, realizing that pretty much everything apart from this creature now remains.
27 to hit.
Alessandros lines up a shot at this entity, and 27 does hit.
$17 damage.
17 damage. No sneak attack on this one, unfortunately.
All
But he
good.
takes the damage. He looks over at you, his eyes glowing in a dark green and purple energy, almost
And 24 to
piercing your
hit.
soul. That hits. Do, 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 do.
And 16 damage.
Doesn't even seem phased. Next up, if that's all you're going to do,
Yeah.
not going to move, you're going to stay where you are.
Yep.
Cool. Sadiq, you're up. Het, you're on board.
Ah, now that that's all done, I'm going to move to there
Yep.
and attack him with this. For dirty 21.
Dirty 21. That'll definitely hit.
And he takes that. And is he evil?
Of course he's evil.
Okay, so he gets more damage.
He's a necromancer. He's the ruler of the undead. He's evil as
Yeah,
hell.
okay. So 9 points of slashing and 13 points of radiant.
Cool. The radiant definitely does damage, but it doesn't do extra damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be vulnerable. But it is fine. That's your turn.
No. Another attack.
You've already made 2 attacks. How do you get 3?
Huh? No, that was.
No, he's moved and attacked. That's all he's
I
done.
moved and then attacked.
Not according to mine. You've attacked twice already.
Yeah, that
21 to hit the first time, and nope, my bad. 22 to hit the second time. I was reading Alessandro's last one. My bad.
That makes sense then.
That hits.
So 6 point slash and
I need new glasses, clearly.
18 points radiant.
So total of 24. Still doesn't seem too concerned, but he's taking a bit of damage. Hit, you're up. No, Morris, you're on board.
Hit looks around his team, and he's seen some minor damages. He says, with his loop forth, says, "We are immortal. We have inside us blood of kings." And mass healing word at 4th level, everyone shall get. Everyone within 60 feet.
Which is everybody.
My own team.
Will get 6 whole healing damage.
6 whole healing damage.
You sure that's what it is at 4th? 4th level, 2d4 plus 3.
It should. Well, I auto rolled. Yep, I auto rolled.
Wow.
So
Okay, 6 points of healing damage to everyone.
it's healing word. It's a bit different.
Okay,
to
yeah.
The other one, yeah.
I was thinking maybe cure wounds.
And that's a bonus action with my action.
With your action. Action Jackson.
I'm going to cast the greatest cantrip of all, Old Vic's Blast.
Fire
3
away.
times. And we know who. Oh, I'm in the wrong page. This doesn't help me.
Where is this thing?
So,
Unfortunately, nothing happens as he counterspells as a reaction.
oh. Would that counterspell the first one and not the other 2?
I would say probably so. They still
yes,
takes...
it is. It's a single cast. Yes.
Yep.
So
So the first one is counterspelled.
no, I'm not going to counterspell. That is all for hit.
So the first, yeah, because it's just a single cast in it, so it dispels it.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
With that,
Hit will move. Back,
he is going to use a legendary action before your turn, Nomaris. And he is going to cast this particular spell, which will hit everyone except... No, he'll hit everyone. Everyone needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please. 18 to beat. So we've got Nomaris with a failure, Gale with a success, Sadiq with a success, Alessandros and Het with failures. So those that failed take 30 points of necrotic damage. Those with a success take half. As he holds his hand out, mutters a couple of words under his breath, and an immense, almost like a fireball, but of dark green necrotic energy erupts from the earth beneath you, catching you all as it explodes and then dissipates.
DM, I'm going to Arctic Rebuke at 5th.
Go for it.
He's already made his reaction, so he will need to make a dex save.
Dex save. One moment. I need to put that marker back too. I forgot that has another effect. But he will make a dex save in a second. Again, where is it? Saves, dex. Natural 16 for 18 total.
He saves, he only takes half damage. Arctic Rebuke at 5th is...
Oh, wrong one. God damn it.
32 of cold damage, makes 16 cold damage for him.
No problem. I'm just gonna put this circle back up because this is now difficult terrain. And the necrotic energy is still emanating around in this circle as well. So he takes 16 points of cold damage, you say?
Correct.
You see the icicles form as your ice shards fire back as you take the damage. Next up is Nomaris. What's up, Pesh?
Can I go around the outside of the circle to
You can if you
here?
wish. It would take you more than 30 feet to get around if you're going to go around
I've
the
got
outside.
40 feet.
So with your 40 feet, you would have to go See where we can go here from here. I'd say yes.
Oh shit! Do I need to use a bonus action to change my weapon?
You can do it while moving.
Okay. Right. And while I'm running, I'm going to use a bonus action to rage.
I would like to rage.
I'm going to rage.
Namaris shrieks, well, doesn't shriek. She growls out in her very manly Namaris voice, and goes into a
Ready
rage.
for me.
You charge
So then I'm
into
gonna attack
Zaliva and make your attack.
Twice. And first was nearly a bloody nat 20.
18 to hit. That hits.
It's
14 points of slashing damage. Did you add your rage damage to that? Because I know you've been forgetting all
No,
night.
I always forget. So that'd
So
be
it's
16 points.
16 points of slashing damage. Your second attack.
22 to hit.
That hits.
And 14 points of damage.
14 points of slashing damage. As he takes your attacks and he doesn't seem overly concerned. He's starting to look a little bloody though. A few wounds here and there.
Sorry, add an extra 2 damage to that because that's
It
3
should,
now,
I'll say
not
it should
2.
be 3. Jeez. All good.
Sorry.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Bonus action, yes. It is now his turn. I need everybody. In a second, where is it? I need everyone to make an DC 18 wisdom save, please. Everyone within 60 feet, which I think is everybody. Who failed? I think Nutty failed. Did anyone else fail? Alessandra's failed. Everyone else succeeded. So, you are now frightened of Zaliva, Alessandrus, and Namaris. Your attacks against him will be at disadvantage. You cannot advance on him. You don't have to run away. But any attacks made against him will be at disadvantage for the next minute. You can remake that save at the end of your next turn. That is his action, I believe. Yes, that's his action. Bonus action, he is going to do something else. You don't know what it is, but he does another spell. You see him move his hands in a motion. You don't know what it happens. So, anyway, next up, Fiela with Ellie on board.
Con save.
Con save for him.
Yep.
Cool. Con save. That will be a natural 1, but he's going to use a legendary save to save on whatever that is. Sunburst, so he will take half the damage.
Yeah, Fiela raises back and pushes out a sunburst of light from her palm. 36.
So
Radiant.
18 points he will take as he uses his legendary save to save on that, but still takes some damage. And you can see the smoldering parts of his skin and clothing with the attack. Anything else, Fiela?
She's gonna try. It's difficult terrain, right? So half.
Yep,
She's
half
gonna try to move forward a little bit. That's it.
Yep, and you will also take another 3d6 necrotic while he's still in there. 9 points of necrotic damage. Well, as this energy is just emanating from this earth now, it's just the necrotic energy is seeping out of the ground. Alessandrus, it is now your turn.
Would you say it's dim light?
No, not really. It is daytime. It is dimish, but not for what you want to do. Unfortunately, the lightning is lighting up this area too much every now and again for you to do what you're able to do.
Can I move there?
If it's not more than half your movement, you can move there because you're at half speed while in the circle.
So it's 15, and I'm 30.
That'll
Yeah,
put you
I'm
just outside. So you are outside of the necrotic energy.
Cool. Inventory, where's that? And do I have one? Yes, I did buy one. I'm going to take a potion of cure. No, not that one. Wrong one. Where'd it go? I don't have one. Oh shit.
Do you not have a potion? Did you guys would have bought some before you left? I did tell you guys to put a couple each into your inventory before we started. So roll 2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
So you can do that on Foundry as well, or in D&D Beyond.
So that's
5.
5.
So it'll be 5 points healing damage.
Good. I
And-
kind of need it.
As per paradigm, that'll be your bonus action, so you still have an action.
Oh, I can't attack him, so guess what? I can't do much.
You can attack him, it's just a disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I will attack him. Wrong one. I want that one. I want that one. We'll go for that again. Not having disadvantage, wouldn't it?
Disadvantage, yep. The roll again,
24.
take the lower. So that still hits. Roll your damage. I would say you get sneak attack damage because you have 2 allies within 5 feet of your enemy engaged.
Okay, so
So that's
was 5 plus
19 so far.
Wrong one. No. With another 19 on top.
Another 19 on top. He's starting to look pretty weathered now. He's taken some pretty big damage.
And disadvantage. 24 again.
That'll hit.
11 plus 9, so 20.
20 points of damage. He is not looking too good, guys. Sadiq,
That's it for me.
you're up. Hit, you're on board.
All right. Take a swing at him.
Yes, take a swing. I was too late.
14 to hit.
That'll miss.
Take another swing. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. Now I'll also brand him at the same time.
Alessandros, roll wisdom save for your frightened too, please. Thank you, Ed Trooper. I did forget.
Where is it?
So total damage.
Yeah, I just doing the branding and then reading what it does. Okay, so damage.
I'm still frightened.
You are.
He gets that. So 5 points slashing. And whoops, no, not that many. And 4 of these suckers. So 19 radiant.
24 total. Nice. He is not looking good at all.
Yep. And if he attacks anyone within 5 feet of me, he takes 3 points of psychic damage.
No problem. So that is your turn. He is going to use a legendary action. He's going to cast this again. Now this time, the only one that won't have to roll it is Neymaris. So all those within the second green circle, which would be Sadiq, Alessandros, Het, and Fiela, need to roll a con save. 18 to beat, please.
What's it against?
It's a necrotic spell.
Ah.
So if you've got advantage against spells,
I've got advantage against charm or frightened.
okay.
So
So Sadiq
7.
fails, Het fails, Fiela fails, Ali fails, you all fail. 32 points of necrotic damage. Het, it is now your turn. Neymaris, you're on board.
Down I go.
32 points of damage, you say?
Necrotic, yes.
I will use my reaction to Arctic rebuke that. Before I get to do my turn, if that is fine.
You can. It's a reaction, so you can do so. Alessandros is unconscious.
He needs to make a dex save.
Dex save. Natural 19, so that'll be 21.
So he takes half of this. Freezing cold ice damage.
So he
17, so half
takes
of that.
8 points of cold damage.
In my round, I'm going to look over as Ellie drops down. I can only move half of this green space, right?
You certainly can. There's difficult terrain. It's almost like these dark green tendrils coming from the ground, grabbing at your feet when you're trying to walk.
Always trying to click on the wrong screen. 5, 10, 15. I won't quite get out of the greenery, but I get next to Ellie.
Yes.
And I touch her as I strum the chords on the lute and I say, "'Cause I'm the medicine man!" Giving her cure wounds of 17 points.
Ellie regains consciousness, eyes fluttering open, still prone, still inside this necrotic energy, but you've regained 17 points of healing damage. Is that your turn, Het?
That is it for Het, yes.
No, Mars, you're up. He is not looking good.
Right, I'm at disadvantage at the moment, and I.
You are still frightened, yes. But you can still attack him, but you are is at disadvantage.
I'm going to. And go.
Does not look like he's long for this world. 17 will hit.
14. Oh, 17?
17, yeah.
17?
Oh, 14,
Sweet.
sorry.
14, no.
No, that won't hit.
Damn it.
I was reading the cure wounds. 21 will
21
hit,
to
though.
hit. Yes. Plus 3. 16 damage.
How do you want to do this, Namaris?
Right.
Out comes the swag.
And I'm just gonna lift it up and
Can't hear you.
whack his head off.
Can't hear you. You moved too far away.
Pretty good,
You moved too far away from your microphone.
Alright, well I'm gonna take my swax out, and I'm gonna twack his head off.
Well, your
and
swax is
then
already
kick
out.
it.
So, as Namaris, frightened at all, unsure that she can even hit this creature, raises her swax for the first time, swings down, and he parries her attack. She takes a deep breath in, raises her Helm's Vengeance,
Swags.
and then strikes. Backhand strikes through the neck of this semi-undead creature, or what it seems like an undead creature, removing his head. Then she kicks the head as hard as she can across this little divot in the ground. He wasn't undead, it seems. He was flesh and blood, but whatever force was powering this place seemed to have some form of adverse effect on his body, but because he looked undead. But we are now out of initiative order, and we have come to the end of our one shot. The drum of despair Het is sitting at the feet of this entity. Your research and what you know about necromantic artifacts, you know better than to touch it. You wrap it up, you pick it up, you put it in your bag, and you guys make your way back through the Soul Cairn, back through the caves. As you leave the cave, sun is shining, rain and thunder is gone. You ultimately make your way back towards the city of Valonde, having vanquished yet another evil entity in this world. And a little excitement in an otherwise dreary life for some of you.
Het,
Yeah.
never ask me out again.
Wait, it's Allie's birthday today. Let's go have a party in my place.
Oh, it's
Come
her
on.
birthday again.
Yes. I have
Really?
books for you to read.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly it comes around, every 10 years or
Really?
so. And with that,
Wow.
the former Lions of Valonde moved to the nearest inn, more likely the Squirrel and Hydra, which is their main haunt. and have celebratory drinks and discuss their latest adventure into the Soul Cairn and finding the Drum of Despair.
Hey, you guys, do you remember the incident where we had saved that fighter from the goblins? Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Who?
No, he. I didn't think I met him, did I?
No, you were busy
No,
doing
you
something
were off
else.
doing something else.
Yeah, he was weird.
We've saved that many people. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, true.
And fade to black. Right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us again tonight. Thank you to the players for rejoining us to the world of Paradigm. Obviously, we have Trashman as Alessandrus, the Changeling Rogue, Het Maiden, the Dragonborn Bard Warlock Cleric, man of many tasks. Ildri / Fiela, the White Dragon Ruler of Valonde. Sadiq, the half-orc blood hunter, and Namaris, the Kalishtar barbarian / paladin. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. We're going to quickly go through some moments. We'll get Baz to go first because I know he's got an early start tomorrow. And we'll go through the others as well. So, as usual, favourite moments from tonight's one-shot. I know there wasn't a lot of RP, but...
I took some early on stuff. I didn't write much through the rest, but the trap books recurrence. 10 years of the same trap books every birthday. We're up to 5th edition. I thought that was a classic saying. And
a good nod
Fiala,
to 5e D&D.
Yeah, and Fiala and Bear form just going talk, grumble, talk, grumble. That's pretty funny.
Awesome. Right, Alessandrus, a moment from you, please.
Well, what wasn't so much the campaign, it was more chat. Thank you, Mina. When I took out the first skeleton with my Ginsu impersonation.
Slice and dice.
Yes. Mina piped in and said, "But wait, there's more."
I saw that. That was pretty good. Anything else, Trash? Was that it?
That was it.
Hey, Era. How you doing, buddy? Biela / Ildri / Bear / whatever else you were tonight.
I liked Het not fitting in his armor because of the dad bod. That was funny. And also another moment of she has honey in her hair yesterday. It was Zoran. It's always Zoran.
It's always Zoran.
That kid, that middle kid. Yeah.
He's always the worst. Well done, Sadiq.
Everything really. It's just good to play those characters again.
Yeah, hear that.
Definitely, it was definitely a lot of fun to bring those characters back. Considering it's been nearly almost coming up a year since we played that campaign, so it was kind of cool to bring those characters back, even for a one shot, even though they're all going to die for campaign 2.
Yeah, well, we're going to be dead for the campaign 2. But
yeah,
and also like sitting there. Just remembering, it's like, oh crap, what does this do again?
Yes.
And the amount of times that, like, it was near the end, I'm sitting there going, all those 1s and 2s I was rolling, I've actually can re-roll them.
Yes, I forgot about that too. Well, it's the thing when you haven't played a character for a long time, you do forget those little things.
Yeah, you're reading through it and then you go, shit.
Ed Trooper says, by the way, Het loved your RP when doing stuff with your bard. I said, Ed Trooper, what a name, gotta say. And Neymaris.
To be honest, I just liked being back. Just the whole thing was freaking awesome.
Yeah. So for those,
and no one killed you this time.
no, and no one killed you. Yeah. So for those that are relatively new to the chat and didn't see campaign 1, Nutty, my partner, was a part of campaign 1 as Neymaris, but because of work commitments, she's had to step away from D&D. She did start the Curse of Strahd campaign with us, but had to sort of give up through work commitments. So unfortunately, she hasn't gotten to play a whole lot. So it's kind of cool to have her back and reprising this character. You may see her in campaign 2 as an NPC or 3. So hopefully we'll have her back for that. For me, again, it was just same as you guys. I enjoyed revisiting Paradigm, even if it was 10 years after the events of the previous previous campaign. Obviously, we used the new map, which is for campaign 2, so you guys will see this map again in campaign 2. But yeah, just these characters are amazing. Like the shit they give Elishanis about trap finding, Het and his bardic ways and the songs and that for that, and the banter between Het and Fiala. The Fiala beer incident's always funny. Sadiq just being Sadiq, but Sadiq's roleplay of his boredom was great. I thought that was awesome. And obviously Nemaris being Nemaris, and the mushrooms had to get a mention, and they did. I was waiting for it, and we had the mushroom. An omelette didn't come up though. I was a little disappointed in that. But yeah. So chat, any moments from the chat before we say goodnight for the evening? We will raid somebody as we always do after a Sunday night session. And let's see who is on. Cheers, saw Tales of Pest pop in as well. Air Code, usuals, Mina Grim, all our regular lurkers and that. Glad you guys could stop by.
Magic.
Who is streaming? We've got Dreaded Gem is doing his thing. We've got Aussie Devfro's on tonight as well.
Ed Trooper, if you catch us on Wednesday night, we do Strahd.
Yes, so depending on what time zone you're in, Ed, we're on New Zealand, Australia time zone, so we do Wednesday nights, Curse of Strahd, and at the moment we're doing Vampire the Masquerade on Sundays, which is on this time zone, this time slot. We sort of took a break because Nutty was available tonight to do this one shot. We're back into Vampire the Masquerade next week. So, and we also do Stormlord's Wrath over on Yanti1's channel as well. So, mods, can we get a shout out for Yanti1? You guys know where to find her as well. So, if you are looking for some D&D content, Yanti1 does Friday nights D&D over there with her as well. I play in her campaign. A lot of fun. You're on Eastern, so it's about 3:30 a.m. for you on a Sunday morning and a Wednesday morning. Between 3 and 3:30, I think, Eastern, from what I've worked it out. But all the VODs are available on my YouTube channel. So exclamation point YouTube in the chat will give you those details. I think we'll raid Aussie Devfro. He's only got 7 viewers. Those guys are cool. Always enjoy watching those dudes. We're going to raid them.
Team, I'll head out.
Catch you, Baz. We'll catch up, man.
See you guys.
So we're definitely going to raid them. I was going to do the raid channel thing here. So again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it very, very much. I hope you enjoyed the one shot. It's been in the works for a little while. Finally got everyone together so we were able to do it. And yeah, so we will see you back here maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. I will get back to you.
Disco, is it, Nutty?
I'll get back to you on Wednesday. About Wednesday, guys. We have possibly a funeral to go to this week, so I'm not sure what day that is and when it is, or whether it's afternoon or morning. Unfortunately, my uncle passed away this afternoon, so I'm not sure when it is yet. But I'll let you know beforehand whether that's going to impact on Curse of Strahd or not. It shouldn't do, but just in case. Also join Discord for announcements as well, guys.
No, it's Disco.
I'm kind of new here, but I have a question to the DM. How do you deal with Shieldmaster feat on fighter when he can shield bash? Depends on what you mean. How do I deal with it? Because if they shield bash, a roll to hit. If they succeed, it's either a roll to hit or a strength versus strength generally. Thanks, guys. He was 80 something. I'm not even sure how old he was. He was really old. Had a long life, so it was his time to go. So, I mean, is he shield bash after the action or between attacks? Normally it states if they have Shieldmaster feat and they want to shield bash, it's normally an action or a bonus action depending on the DM. Basically, it's discretionary. And I think the stream ended before that happened because
Yes, it did.
we raided.